Yeah.
You are listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Dunham Field here at O'Hara Stadium. It's got a lot of different things, but we are in Rapid City, South Dakota. Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference football is back. Jim Brooks along with Joe Cervi, Aaron Kinnitschtzke, our producer and engineer today. Glad to be with you for another year of Thunderwolves football. And Joe, it's a glorious day here in Rapid City, beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Beautiful Rapid City, and it's a historic night, Jim. This is the first night in the history of the RMAC, in the history of Division II, where there's a 0-week game. And there might be one back east, but this could theoretically be the first 0-week game played in Division II football tonight. And, Phil Vigil gets a win for the Thunderwolves. That could be historic, too.
And they had a wild trip up here. Some interesting video we watched, Joe, along the bus route.
You know the cartoon where you're driving along and then you blow a tire and it flies right past you? Well, that's what happened to the Thunderwolves bus. They were driving here, and on one of the buses, a tire blew off, and they have video of it running right next to the bus itself. And they pull over, and it just popped off, and the lug nuts are still there, and then the driver thinks, I think we can get there.
I think we can just put another one on there and see what happens.
90 miles away, and he wanted to run on a rim. Needless to say, that is no longer the bus company.
Yeah, they vetoed that. So, yeah, they fired them on the spot and got a new one for the Thunderwolves. They did make it up here eventually. It's always fun to come up here to this stadium, Joe, because it's like a drive-in movie theater with a football game going on right below us.
Yeah, the fans are able to park their cars like they would in the stands, and they back them in. They tailgate. They're loud. They have horns. They make it tough on visiting players and coaches because they're right behind the visiting bench, and it's always a challenge. But you know what? It's definitely unique in college football, and it's very, very fun to watch.
Well, it'll be fun to watch this Thunderwolves ball club, this incarnation of them that's got a new quarterback in here tonight for the Thunderwolves, and it's a familiar face, though, to Phil Vigil.
Yeah, there were three guys during camp going for Stevie Kroll, who's been here a while, and God, give Stevie Kroll the Mr. Congeniality, because he all he does is play hard and work hard, and then he gets a little stepped over, and then they brought in Roman Fuller from Tulsa. He was a transfer, and he's the cousin of Chance Fuller, the quarterback last year, but he didn't have a camp, and so he just didn't kind of turn into the quarterback. He didn't take the reins. And then, of course, they brought in Devin Larson, who's a transfer from Western New Mexico, who played for Phil Vigil when he was the head coach of the Mustangs and won a lot of games for Phil Vigil, which saying winning a lot of games in Western New Mexico, that's an oxymoron. But Phil knows what he's going to get with Devin Larson, and Devin Larson is going to get the start tonight at quarterback.
But I'm assuming we'll probably might even see all three of them at some point in the ball. You always see Stephen Kroll because they like to have the running packages with him. He's an excellent runner and gives you that pass run option. So you'll see him a little bit here, I think, in this ball game.
Yeah, and they're going to run a fullback package with him. And the fullback, they don't really necessarily have one, is Noah Purcell, the linebacker.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun.
When you see Noah Purcell and Stevie in there, that's going to be a little wrinkle.
So we'll be watching for that. And the other thing to note here, the wind is calming down a little bit. It was blowing pretty good here, but I think as the afternoon goes along here, it's calming down.
Yeah, it's just supposed to slow down a little bit, but like I've said before, as long as both teams are playing in the same conditions, it's part of the game. All
right, we'll come back after this timeout. We'll talk to the head coach, Phil Vigil. That all comes your way next. It's all part of the Thunderwolves pregame show right here on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Show and joining me now, head coach Phil Vigil. Phil, all that hard work through the summer and fall camp here. See if it pays off here tonight.
It is finally here. 365 days it seems like we've been waiting, and it's finally here. Excited to watch this team let loose tonight. We've put in a lot of work from spring to summer to fall camp, and they're ready.
Well, for you personally, you have to feel a little bit more like your feet are on the ground this year compared to last year, coming in whirlwind, getting the job, trying to get things settled on. Now you've probably got to feel like hey, this is my club. We're going to work here.
Well, it's our club, and I think the biggest thing is they know the routine, they know the systems, they know the culture, they know the calls, and so that's really the biggest thing is the players are comfortable now. We got all of our coordinators are back, offense, defense, and special teams, and so now it's not about what do I do on this call. It's about playing fast, and they know what they're supposed to do. It's about going out and doing it. Now, we're gonna have mistakes. It's gonna happen. It's game one. We're gonna have to find a way to overcome those things. But the last thing I want these guys worrying about tonight is making mistakes. I want them to go out and play fast and play free.
You lose a few key pieces from last year's ball club, but it seems like you filled them in very well, and the guys that are back are raring to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to replace some of the guys that we lost last year. We lost some guys that were huge for our program. Corey McClellan, Chance Fuller, Tristan Real, just some of these guys that have put so much time and work into this place, and it's hard to replace guys like that. And, that's the unfortunate thing about being a coach is every year the pack goes on, right? And we got to find guys to be willing to step up and fill that void. And we definitely have some leaders on this team that have done that, and our coaches have done a great job recruiting and developing the guys that have been here to fill that void, and excited to watch them go out there tonight.
Well, one thing about this year, a little different format, starting a week earlier on a Thursday night, but I think the kids got to be excited. I think you got to be excited for an opener like this. It's kind of a special to open up on a Thursday at night.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to help us, I think, moving forward from here too, and it's just the faster we can play games, the better, I think. And so we only get so many of these opportunities, and the faster they get here, it's always like Christmas.
And then playing at this place, it's crazy. Car horns and everything beeping. I mean, the crowd gets into it. They're going to be really into it because there's that hope. The first game of the year, they pointed to this game last year wanting to get you guys. They want to get you again.
Oh, yeah, this is a tough place to play, and this is a very well-coached team that we're playing against today. Coach Floor does an unbelievable job with his guys. They're well coached, they're disciplined, and they're going to play very, very hard. They're going to present a lot of challenges for us today. Defensively, they returned 10 of the 11 starters. We're going to have our hands full. I mean, we had our hands full last year against these guys. We had some big plays that kind of broke it open early. Had we not had those, it might have been a different story. And then defensively for us, they're going to shift, and they're going to motion, and they're going to do a bunch of stuff to try to get their playmakers in ideal situations for them. And so we've got to be able to really do a good job communicating on the defensive side and tackle well in open space. And if we do those things, I think we'll be okay.
Talking to your offensive line coach, you're talking about schematically, they're sound, they are right, and they cause you all kinds of difficulties.
Yeah, they're gonna put more in the box than what we can handle. That's their belief. They're gonna stop the run. That's what they want to do. And so we've got to find creative ways in the run game to continue to run the ball. We believe in running the football, and we got to find ways to do that tonight. And so looking forward to seeing us execute the game plan.
Well, maybe one of the upgrades of your ball club, just because you're healthy, is the offensive line. You get more guys to run out there.
Yeah, we do. It's losing Tristan hurt us, but we've got 5 guys up front right now that have played a lot of football and have played them together. And so really excited about their growth and how they've matured over spring and over summer and over fall camp. And they're playing as a well-oiled machine right now. And so excited to see what they can do tonight.
Well, you had a spirited battle at quarterback. Who's it going to be? Who's going to get the start?
Devin Larson's going to be our starting quarterback tonight. He earned the job, and it was a tough battle. I mean, we had 3 really, really quality quarterbacks competing for that job, and the margin for error was so small. And I think we've got the right guy to go in tonight. I know we've got the right guy to go in tonight and take care of business. If he distributes the ball to who we need it to be distribute to, we're going to be okay.
Well, it was a big loss losing Cook at wide receiver, but it seems like the guys you brought in, you've got some pretty good weaponry there, and a couple of new backs as well.
Yeah, we obviously losing Keon and losing Andrew hurt us. Those are both leaders. They're both single-digit guys for us. The good news for the Pack is we're going to get them back next year. But for us right now, we've got some guys here right now that are ready to go. And our receiver is as talented as I've been around right now. And so excited to watch them go out tonight under this beautiful, beautiful sky and let that thing fly.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Well, as head coach Phil Veal back in the starting lineups, we got more coming your way right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the Pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Dunham Field here on the campus of South Dakota Mines University here in Rapid City, South Dakota. We're about 17 minutes away from kickoff here of this Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference opener. A little different this year, opening with a conference game. In the years past, it's been a couple of non-conference games to get the season started. Then you go 9 straight conference games. But with the 0-week game this year, they made the agreement with South Dakota Mines. It took a little finagling, a little coercing, and they finally decided, okay, we'll do it. And, as it turns out, Joe, they're kind of happy they did it.
Well, yeah, it's a great thing for their community. It's fun to have the spotlight to yourself. And I think there's a little reciprocity with that for next year as well. We'll see, but it's what it sounds like. But what a great night to kick off the season.
And as you can hear in that pregame interview with Phil Vio, a little blustery. We were under the bleachers across the way. We were doing this kind of in the wind tunnel, so that kind of gave you an idea. But it was blowing a lot harder then, Joe. I think as we go along here, it's starting to lighten up a little bit, and hopefully the wind isn't too much of a factor in this ball game. And it's going to be interesting to see what this new quarterback can do. He's new in game reps, I guess, but he's been around forever, this guy for South Dakota Mines.
Yeah, 3-year captain, 70 yards total offense.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah, so, but again, he's been behind a guy who's now starting for Murray State tonight against Missouri. So,
right.
I mean, the guy he's replacing was the real deal for a long time here.
And we'll see if the Thunderwolves quarterback is, the real deal. They had the kind of that battle, and I think the jury might still be. I will see. Roman Fuller was the much ballyhooed transfer coming in, but as you mentioned, Joe, he didn't have spring. He didn't have, it wasn't around until right when fall camp started. The other guys had a head start on him.
Yeah, he was 2.5 weeks is what he got to be around the team and absorb it and the culture and you got to better come to play kind of attitude. And it's not that he's not good. He's just not there yet with this system and this program. And that will take time. Now, how much time they have, we don't know. But you mentioned before, Stevie Kroll, he's been with the program from the start. He was a Riston recruit. He's a great kid out of Broomfield, coach's kid, longtime coach up in north at high schools in Broomfield. And Stevie if you give him the start, he'll produce. If you don't, he'll be the best teammate you have. So he's the guy. Let's just put it this way: Stevie Kroll has always worn number 18. This year, he is wearing number 2, and the reason for that is the players vote on single-digit numbers for their top players, and he's not even their starter. And the teams think so much of Stevie Kroll that they voted him to wear number 2 for the team.
Yeah, it says a lot about his character, just the longevity that he's been around in program. A lot of guys might have just packed it up, and especially with the transfer portal, Joe, they might have went to greener pastures and thought, I could start here for sure. I'm going, but he's stuck it out, wants to be a Thunderwolf, and he still wants the job.
Yeah, and he competes every day. So, And I'll tell you right now, we will see him in the game tonight.
Exactly. Okay, we'll come back after this timeout. Joe will give you the keys to victory for tonight's ball game. It's all part of the Thunderwolves pregame show right here on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Rapid City, South Dakota. Joe, keys to victory for tonight's ball game first for the Thunderwolves.
The Thunderwolves, we always said on the road, you got to take care of the football. Last year, if you remember on this game, Csu-Pueblo was opportunistic early, took advantage of some big Hard Rocker turnovers and got up big, and then they held on for the win. They cannot give Charlie Floor's team extra possessions, and they cannot give them a short field.
For South Dakota Mines, what do they have to do to pull off what would be an upset, I would think, here early on in the RMAC season?
I think that their game plan is to make Csu-Pueblo one-dimensional by taking away that run game and making the guy that was named the starter this week beat you. And so if you watch the Hard Rocker defense, they're going to put 9 in the box, take the corners on an island, and stop that run. And if they can do that successfully, can Csu-Pueblo's quarterbacks beat them? We're going to find out.
We're definitely going to find out all about that here as we work our way toward kickoff. The color guard is in the end zone. Band playing across the way, but it looks like they're going to wait a little bit here. But yep. Now we're getting ready to do that. So that's our cue to take one of our final breaks here. We'll take this time out. Come back. We'll give you the weather conditions right after this. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to O'Hara Stadium. It is Dunham Field here on the campus of South Dakota Mines University. Thunderwolves getting set to take on the Hard Rockers. Here are your weather conditions right now. 77 degrees and sunny. The sun setting to our left or off to the west. The key stat right now is the wind. It's blowing at 14 miles an hour, some gusts as high as 23. The temperature by the end of the game, they're predicting it'll be about 65 degrees. So no threat of precipitation. We're looking forward to a great one. Kickoff is next. Thunderwolves and the Hard Rockers right here on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Dunham Field here in Rapid City, South Dakota. Hard Rockers have made their appearance on the field. Thunderwolves slow playing them a little bit, Joe.
Make them wait.
Make them wait. They can't play without you. They could penalize you, though, if you don't get out here in time. So we still got the coin toss and all that to go on still.
Well, there was an official just running out of there. Maybe he was late to go get them. Oh, shoot, I forgot to go get the team.
And the white hat making their way out on the field. I don't have the list of officials for it. Might have it somewhere.
Well, I was thinking it might be on the official, the stats.
It could be. Yeah, it could be there.
But the first guy out of the tunnel was, I believe it was it Tyler Etheridge, Jaden Jones? I can't see that far. No, it was Domingo Prince the second. And, of course, 6'2", 320 out of the locker room first. Rakowski, Bone, and Eli Pittman are the captains tonight.
Yeah, that's all that's come out so far for the Thunderwolves. So they'll go out and do the coin toss. So Joe, keep an eye on that. We'll give you the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. First for the Thunderwolves, quarterback tonight, it'll be Devin Larson, 6'4", 230-pound junior out of Gilbert, Arizona. The starting tailback will be Howard Russell, wearing number 4 this year, 6'1", 200-pound senior out of Phoenix, Arizona. He'll be backed up, and at some packages will be in there at the same time with Ty Virgin, the other running back for the Thunderwolves, 6'1", 195-pound senior out of San Diego, California. Number 8 is Tyler Dvorak, and he checks in at a 6'3", 224-pound junior out of Inglewood, went to Cherry Creek High School. He's actually the tight end. Zach Rakowski is the H receiver. And Zach this year will be wearing number 6. He wore number 5 in years past. 5'8" junior out of Loveland, Colorado. The tackles, Tyler Etheridge. Tyler is a 6'4", 283-pound sophomore out of Midlothian, Texas. The other tackle is Jaden Jones. He's one of the newcomers for the Thunderwolves. He's a big guy. You'll notice him right away when you see the team in person next week. 6'6", 280-pound junior out of Dallas, Texas. The guards, Arthur Brock, local kid for the Thunderwolves. He's out of East High School, 6'3", 263-pound senior. The other guard is Domingo Prince II. Domingo is a 6'2", 320-pound junior out of Aurora, went to Cherry Creek High School. The center is the freshman of the year, actually, last year for the Thunderwolves, Sinon Chappell. And he is back after getting injured late in the year last year. 6'1", 275-pound sophomore out of Fort Worth, Texas. Starting defense for the Hard Rockers, they go with Will Lester and Caleb Tischler at the safeties. The cornerbacks are L. Ray Brooks the third and Jaron Allen. Linebackers Ren Jacobs, Hunter Newsom, Jacob Schwann. The defensive ends Caleb Franklin along with Isaac Engel. The defensive tackles Taylor Hosier and Thomas Fields. Head coach Charlie Floor in his 5th year. Joe, what happened on the coin toss?
CSU Pueblo won the toss and deferred like they would always do. So the Hard Rockers took the ball. CSU Pueblo took the wind. So the Hard Rockers get the ball into the wind and going from right to left on your radio dial to start the game.
So we'll see how the early confrontation early in the ballgame, it'll be a lot of pressure on South Dakota Mines to get a couple first downs going into this win.
Well, and they're confident in their offense. People got to realize they were a pretty good team last year, and they return a lot of players on both sides of the ball. Now, they don't return their quarterback, their star receiver, but they do return their star tight end. So they have weapons.
All right, we're set to go. Hard Rockers in their home blue. They look much like Colorado School of Mines does.
I wonder if they have Mines Envy.
They could have Mines Envy, perhaps. Thunderwolves in their road whites with red numerals. Same uniform they wore to win the national title.
What do we call these? The Natty Whites.
The Natty uniforms.
These are the Natty Whites.
Thunderwolves take the field. They had some issues with their place kicking with some injuries this week.
So this will be Evan Lyons.
So Evan Lyons instead of Jacob Willig with a strained muscle in his kicking leg.
That's not good.
Yeah, we're not sure which muscle. They said it's one of his kicking muscles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we don't want to be exact. Which muscle it is, but it's one that helps him kick.
The gluteus kickus.
Deep to receive here will be Ty Harris for the Hard Rockers. He stands at the 5-yard line. We'll see if he gets a chance here. We're set to go. The 2024 season just about to start. Jim and Joe with you for another year here on Fox Sports Pueblo. Ball is in the air, and it's going to sail into the end zone and out the back of the end zone. So the Hard Rockers will start at their own 25-yard line after a good kick there. No doubt about that one going through the end zone.
Get our first look at the Thunderwolves defense, which, according to every coach, according to every player, is the strength of this team right now. Maintaining dominance on defense, and as your offense comes alive, that's the key for the Thunderwolves this year. And we will get a good look at this group.
Jake Martinelli, the quarterback. Senior out of Scottsdale, Arizona. You'll have Ty Harris as the tailback. They open up in a kind of a unbalanced look to the right. They have a slot receiver right next to the tight end, so it's unbalanced to the right side. Ball's on the left hash mark here. Now they got to split 2 wide receivers out to the right now as they change the formation a bit. From the gun, they're going to hand the ball up the middle, and the Thunder will stuff it. Tried to go left side that time to Harris, and he gains a yard out to the 26. That's all. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Gary Seidenberger closed quick along with Dominic Feeney and Scipio. Those are 3 names that we've been calling for. Well, not Seidenberger. He's an amazing sophomore this year, but he started as a freshman last year.
And Seidenberger wearing number 5 this year instead of 47 last year. 2nd down and 9. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure. Pass out in the flat is caught, and no gain, maybe a loss of yard. Nushi, Tiger Pride, Joe.
Let's hear it for the Lahana Tiger Pride, John Nushi. His first kid I saw on practice when I first went out to first practice of the fall. Gave him a big hug. Good friends with the Nushi family. Great to see John for one more year getting his master's.
Max Houghton on the grab, but he loses the yard. It's 3rd and 10. So early adversity here for the quarterback, Jake Martinelli, for the Hard Rockers. Double wide out right, single wide out left. They do have a man in the slot to the left. Single back, straight drop back from the gun. Here comes pressure. They flush him out of the pocket. Now passes over the middle. One-handed grab attempt, incomplete.
Almost picked off by Thomas Webb Jr., the defensive back.
Henry Dryden got his hand on it and kind of put it up in the air, as Joe mentioned there, and almost teed it up for the Thunderwolves.
Again, great pressure. Scipio is getting double teamed. He was double teamed on all 3 of those plays. Don't blame him. Don't blame him.
Early pressure here on the punter.
Go ahead.
Caleb Tischler, sorry.
Zach Rakowski back for the Thunderwolves.
And it's going to be the rugby-style kick, end-over-end job. Hits at the 45, takes a Hard Rocker bounce inside the 40. Ends up being a pretty good kick. And it's down to the 35-yard line. So all in all there, good job there on the rugby-style kick for the Hard Rockers.
Zach Rakowski's waiting for that bounce. Because if it bounced one time into him, he was gone.
So Thunderbolts take over at their own 35-yard line and the Devin Larson area. Set to begin here for the Thunderwolves.
Howard Russell V, wearing number 4. He was Howard Russell the 4th last year, but he now is the 5th.
What did they do? Go to the family tree and discover something else in there? I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Nobody was looser before this game than Howard Russell.
Ball on the right hash mark, tricks to the left, single wide out right. They give it into the middle of Russell, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, gets outside. He's out to the 38-yard line. Hard running there just to get 3, but that's better than losing a yard.
Yeah, and those are the kind of yards you're going to have to get against this Hard Rocker defense because they commit to it. But we thought they might go like that early.
Thunderbolts go hurry up. Wide receiver screen right side. Rakowski's got it. He's crossed the 45 up to the 50. First down for the Thunderwolves.
Quick release by Devin Larson. That's what he does. He gets rid of the ball quick. Again, he played at Western New Mexico, so you have to. He's used to it.
All the way down to the 48-yard line of the Hard Rockers. Thunderwolves in South Dakota Mines territory here on their first drive of the game. They go into bunch formation, trips to the left. Now they spread it out a little bit to the left. Russell remains the back. He's on the left hip here. Larson takes the snap and a wide receiver screen left. They got blockers out there, but a good play for South Dakota Mines is able to jump underneath there and throw down
Taylor
Toshis. I'm going to have to get that in my head right.
The problem with that play right there is the ball took too long to get there. He was open, but you got to be open quick. and that ball just took too long to get there. It almost looked like it floated in the wind just a little bit.
So a loss of a yard on the play. And it'll be second down and 11. Single wide out each side here. Have the tight end in this set. Going to fake it in the middle. They're going down the sideline. Fly pattern. Looking back. That's got to be interference. Here comes the flag. As they try to get it to Toshis this time, and he was all jammed up there. The flag thrown here on the cornerback, Jaron Allen.
Folks, I don't know if we can tell you what it was. A single coverage, one-on-one to the outside. You're going to see a lot of that tonight. They're going to take shots on these corners who are on an island with these tall, talented receivers.
Now, this is going to be a 15-yard mark-off since the foul occurred about 25 yards down the field, but you only get 15. So an interference call in college is spot foul if it's less than 15. If it's more than 15, then it becomes a 15-yard penalty. That make sense?
It does.
All right.
Clear as mud.
Single wide out to each side. They do have a man in the slot this time. Russell on the right hip of Larson here. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line of the Hard Rockers. And they're going to give it up the middle to Russell. Makes a little adjustment there. Just bangs forward for a couple on the play. And the Hard Rockers very physical up front. Gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8. Going to mark the ball at the 32-yard line. Thunderbolts in a hurry. Look at this. Quad to the right, Joe. Like a diamond formation over here. They're going to look over the middle instead. Ball caught. Toshis inside the 10 down to about the 20 down to about the 19. They're going to spot him with his knee down at the 20. So they show all that look to the right side, Joe. They come back left to the big wide receiver.
Right now, all they've done is isolate the receivers on one-on-one coverage every play, and that's the game plan for tonight. But they're saying Taylor Toshis is every bit as good and fast and big and strong as Reggie Retzlaff.
Yeah, he lines up in the slot to the right. Retzlaff is wide to the right here. Bring a man in motion across the formation. That's Dvorak. They look right. Here comes pressure off the edge. And the sack as Larson is taken down back at the 25-yard line.
Bobbled the snap at the start, kind of messed up his timing. Kind of flushed to the right and out to his throwing side and got caught from the backside.
So a loss of 5. It's 2nd and 15 from the 25-yard line for the Thunderwolves.
Sacks will kill you. Just break your momentum.
Trips to the right this time. Single wide out left. Larson looks it over. Takes the snap. Straight drop back. He looks over the middle. Now throws it right side, and the receiver slipped. Rukowski, they wanted to go like a stop and go, and Rukowski slipped down. Nigel Mitchell was into the ball game. He kind of broke open across the middle, but Larson didn't have time to come back to him. So 3rd and 15 now for the Thunderwolves. Early adversity here on this drive.
That's one of those plays where the quarterback's throwing to a spot and the receiver did not get to the spot.
Same formation. Trips to the right. Single wide out left. Larson trying to draw him offside. Now they'll change the play call. They look over to the sideline.
And here are the horns. You hear them deep in the stands. They're right on top of the Thunderbolts bench.
And they're going to run a draw play up the middle. Big opening across the 15, across the 10, to the 5, down to the 3-yard line goes Howard Russell. Great play call there as they caught the on-rushing Hard Rockers blitzing in there, and it left a gaping hole to the left side.
Blocked brilliantly by that offensive line. It was hat on hat. They picked up the blitz, and he just snuck through. And if you know Howard Russell, once he gets going downhill, he's hard to stop.
1st and goal, Thunderwolves at the 4-yard line. First drive of the game, no score for the Pack. They stopped the Hard Rockers on a 3 and out. They give it to Russell, breaks one tackle, and he's taken down, though, behind the line. Well, now breaks another tackle and gets it back to the line of scrimmage. That was a great run for no gain. He was 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage when they had him hemmed up. But shows you his power right there.
So strong.
2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Retzlaff will line up wide to the left here. They have 2 backs in the backfield.
The fullback
one is the linebacker.
Yeah, Noah Purcell is the fullback playing linebacker.
They're going to run a follow play here this time. And nothing there. That might have been Kroll who was in the ball game to play quarterback to run it. And they stop him for a 1.5 yard loss. The ball's outside the 5, officially a loss of a yard. So now Kroll will come out of the game, and they get Larson back in there. So it's 3rd and goal from the 5.
That's tough yardage inside there on this Hard Rocker defense that commits to stopping the run.
So now trips to the right. That's the wide side of the field. Retzloff wide to the left. They fake the jump ball left, roll the pocket right, pass to the end zone, incomplete. Trying to get it to Rakowski at the goal line. The pass a little wide, and that'll send the field goal unit in for the Thunderwolves.
Great defensive stand by the Hard Rockers when you have 3 shots at it from the 4-yard line and don't move you don't get in an inch.
Rakowski had kind of broken open there on the goal line, but it was a very tight window, and Larson couldn't quite squeeze it in there.
Well, I like how he rolled out of the pocket and bought himself a little bit of time, but throwing on the run was not the ball was just not catchable.
Evan Lyons to try the field goal. It'll be a 22-yard attempt right in the middle of the field. Ball's down, kick is up, and he blocked. It's blocked. He kicked that right into the line. That was a terrible kick. Now they're going to try to run it up the sideline. The whistle's blown. He was down back here at the 3 or 4 yard line. He's still running, trying to take it on into the end zone, but the play had been blown dead.
That ball was kicked into the center, basically.
Now, we saw him do that in warm-ups, Joe. Remember, we were right down there on the field, and he kicked one right in to the center.
Yeah, it was not a good kick at all.
And then he followed it up with some good kicks, but that was an instant replay of that bad kick we saw, and so the Thunderwolves failed to score here. And we should have a timeout here on the field, and it is a timeout. We'll come back with more Thunderwolves No Score with the Hard Rockers on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And the Hard Rockers take over. They run it up the middle and not much there for Ty Harris. We were supposed to get a media timeout there, so, the commissioner's here this week. I guess we have to have a talk with the commissioner. It's part of the deal.
I'm sure he'd love to hear
After 10-5, there's supposed to be an automatic timeout. It's in the conference bylaws. So a gain of a yard, as when the kick was blocked, it was recovered at the 4 yard line, and that's where the Hard Rockers take over. So it's 2nd and 9 now from the 5. They send Harris in motion to the right. Now he reverses. They hand the ball off up the middle to him, and he is stuffed. In the middle of the line there, Turrenton for the Thunderwolves. He is a big load inside there, the kid out of Elk Grove, California.
Determined to establish the run, but they're also so far backed up, you don't want to take a lot of chances.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 7 now from the 7 yard line for the Hard Rockers. Again, the wind is calming down, but it's still substantial enough to be a factor here. And they're going to give it up the middle again, and the Thunder will stuff it again. Harris maybe a couple out to about the 7 yard line. So that's, you know what, head coach Charlie Flores saying, you know what, my defense is pretty good. I'm going to trust him here. We're just going to run the ball and not do anything stupid.
Well, and into the wind, smart decision. New quarterback, an old quarterback who's new to the position as a starter.
So it's 4th and 6 from the 8 yard line for the Hard Rockers. So this time Rakowski will move up here. Last time they did the rugby style kick and it worked to perfection. Took the snap and rolled right and rugby styled it. This time he'll kick a conventional right up the middle low and boots it away from Rakowski. He has to try to chase it down. Takes a nice hop. He's got it at the 50. Gets up the sideline. 45. Flung out of bounds at about the 43 yard line. So good job there by Rakowski, racing back and taking the ball on the hop and getting about they're going to mark it at the 45, so a 5 yard return. But saves all that field position.
Yeah, it was good not to let it bounce one more time. It could have taken another 10, 15 yards.
So the ball spotted at the 45 yard line, so the Thunderwolves start in good field position here. Still no score in the ball game. 6:38 to go here in the first quarter. Thunderwolves on their first drive of the game drove it all the way down the field, missed a 22-yard field goal, had it blocked. Double wide out right, single wide out left. Russell the lone back. They bring Mitchell in motion. They fake the jet sweep. They give it to Russell up the middle, just puts his head down and burrows forward for a yard, maybe 2 on the play.
This is also a challenge for CSU Pueblo's offensive line. This unit is good. They're big. They're experienced. So this is a good challenge for them to try and establish themselves as an offensive line.
The umpire tax there moved it back about a half yard. Out to the right, caught. Retzlaff Gets down to about the 40-yard line, so his first grab of the year.
I see number 1, and I think Cookie.
Yeah, exactly.
But Reggie's about twice the size of Cookie, so.
They're going to mark it at the 39, so it'll be 3rd down and 4. Probably here, 4-down territory, I would think here. If they don't pick it up here, as long as they don't have a negative play here, I think you would go for it on 4th down. But we'll just see how it develops here. Kind of a tight formation here for the Pack. They have 4 wideouts on the play, but they're very close to the tackle on each side. Russell the lone back. They do bring a man in motion. That's Rakowski to the left side. He races the left side. Ball's caught, tries to turn forward. Pass was behind him, and that screwed it up. He gets 2 on the play. But that ball, he had to come back for it, Joe. That might be part of the wind.
Yeah, if he leads him a little bit, he gets the first down easy.
Thunderwolves are not going to go for it here. They're going to punt.
4th and 2 with the wind at your back. But, again, you're going to play field position on the road.
Yeah, so they're going to elect to try to pin him deep here.
Unless they hike it to Cody Ramming, the defensive lineman, who's one of the up men for the punt team.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the Hard Rockers have any interest in coming hard to try to block this. They're all hanging around the line of scrimmage. Here's the kick, pooch kick. Fair catch called for and taken at the 6-yard line. Kind of a late adjustment there, but grabbed on the play by Colton Grover. And the Hard Rockers will take over at the 7-yard line. 4:45 to go. We're supposed to get another media timeout right here. We're going to go ahead and try to squeeze one in. Thunderwolves football, no score on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the Pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Dunham Field here. So Thunderwolves playing field position there, and it was an excellent punt, pinning them inside the 10-yard line. South Dakota Mines is yet to pick up a first down in this ball game. They've been going backwards here. The Thunderwolves unable to take advantage of the early good field position in this game.
This is where the patience pays off if you're a coach, especially on the road as an opening night. You have to have that patience of not trying to say, we can do this or we can do that. You got to be patient with this is your guys' first time out. Just don't want to ruin it all in one shot, you know?
Exactly.
First and 10 in South Dakota Mines.
So here we go with the Hard Rockers from the 7-yard line here. Officials, well, the referee's not in position here. He's now jogging back to get behind the line. He was out there making sure nothing happened during the media timeout. Now we're ready to rock. Martinelli brings a man in motion. They fake the jet sweep. They give it up the middle, and good hard run by Harris. Gets it out to around the 11-yard line. Gains 4, and believe me, that's positive for them so far in this game. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, they put the man in motion with the misdirection. They gave him a little bit of cushion there.
2nd down. Again, they give it up the middle and right into a brick wall. Thunderwolves there to stuff them. Seidenberger right there and company. So out to the 14. Feeney also in on the stop for the Thunderwolves. So 3rd down and 3 here.
This is a Feeney game, isn't it?
Indeed it is. Early big down here for the Hard Rockers. They need to get a first down here.
Bringing in their heavy package.
3rd and 4, Hard Rockers.
See how the Thunderwolves play it here. I would think this, I don't know, 3rd and 3 here from your 12-yard line. I would think it's a running play again for the Hard Rockers. Let's see what they have in mind.
Might be quarterback option. He's been run-pass option so far.
They bring the blitz. They look left. Here comes pressure. They get the pass over the middle. It's incomplete. Heavy pressure there, and throwing off his back foot was Martinelli as he was under heavy pressure from Turrenton. So 4th down for the Hard Rockers. They'll have to punt it again.
Quick moving first quarter.
So again, it'll be Rakowski standing back at the 50-yard line to receive the punt. And the punt is away. Low end over end job. Hits at the 40 this time. Takes a Hard Rocker bounce across the 45 to about the 50. And they'll down it just inside the 50. And that's where the Thunderwolves will take over. So again, Thunderwolves have been playing in plus territory this entire first quarter, but still nothing to show for it in a 0-0 ball game.
I just wonder what's going on in Braley Brown's head, the offensive coordinator. He wants to take his shots. The corners are playing well off the receiver, so your underneath stuff is there, but you got to get it to him quick.
Now we're ready to go. Ball on the right hash mark here. Double wide out to each side. Unbalanced to the left side here for the Thunderbolts. They're going to run it up the middle. And Russell puts his head down and gets little. Gets a yard is all to the 49-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Tough sledding right now on the interior against this hard rocker defense.
It feels like the offensive line is just missing a block right now. Just the hat on hat is just off.
2nd and 9. Fake it in the middle. Look down the right side, trying to go to Retzlaff. Makes the adjustment, makes the grab inside the 10, into the end zone. They do say he was down. He thought he didn't hit his knee down, but they do mark him down at the 6-yard line. Retzlaff kind of rolled over the defenders there, and for a moment we thought it might be a score. They're going to mark it at the 5.
They threw that up a seam route in double coverage, but Reggie Retzlaff is 6'3", 212, and can go get it.
So 1st and goal for the Thunderwolves at the 5-yard line. And they pass inside, low. Is it caught? They say touchdown. Thunderwolves scooped up by Retzlaff. We got a flag down, though, in the backfield here. Flag is down back at the 11-yard line.
Reggie's saying I got a touchdown, but there's a flag.
I would think if the flag was on the Thunderwolves, they would have wiped it out immediately. Thunderwolves starting to celebrate.
Might have been offsides.
And now the Thunderwolves starting to realize it is a touchdown. The penalty is going to go against the Hard Rockers. Great grab by Retzlaff at the goal line there. Just scooped it up, secured it, touchdown Pack.
Well, it was roughing the passer after the ball was gone. That 15-yard penalty they'll do on the kickoff.
So now the Thunderwolves will try the extra point here. They lead it 6-0.
Okay, this extra point's big for Evan Lyons' confidence right now.
So Retzlaff with the 44-yard grab, and then he gets the 5-yard touchdown grab. Good snap, ball's down. Another low kick, but he's able to squirt it through there. He got it through all the big bodies up front. So it's 7-0 Thunderwolves. We don't have a timeout scheduled here, so we'll keep it right here.
Jim, it looks like Evan Lyons' timing is just off, like he's going a hair too early.
Yeah, I almost thought that was a false start.
Yeah, it looked like he's going a hair too early. He did it on the first kick attempt as well.
And that was a low line drive, and it just didn't have that. Usually on extra points, you want him to elevate that ball when you're in close like that, but he just drove it.
That's a lob wedge.
So, of course, he is not the number one kicker. The number one kicker for the Thunderwolves is Willig, but he's out with the leg problem here.
And it's not good if you're the kicker and you have a leg problem.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing you do is kick with your leg. You need a good leg. So 7-0 Thunderwolves. They finally take advantage of the great field position here in this first quarter. But that's what you're going to see with Retzlaff. And, of course, the other big receiver for the Thunderwolves, Toshis. They're kind of mirror images of each other. You just throw it up and let them make a play on the cornerback, and that's what happened there.
And that drive took a minute. There's still 2.5 minutes to go, a little over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, so you still have the wind at your back.
Yeah, I'm going to pose something to your Thunder. If they stop them on first down short, do you use your timeouts here? Make them kick into that win. They squib it because of the mark off. Ball's fumbled. It's loose, and now it is covered up at the 10-yard line. Great special teams coaching decision there by the Thunderwolves because, remember, the 15-yard penalty let them kick it from the 50, and they just squibbed it. And one of the blockers tried to pick it up. He fumbled it, botched it, and they covered up at the 11.
Well, if you touchback takes it out to the 25.
So great decision there by the Pack.
Mac Alexander, the special teams coach, associate head coach. Wears a lot of hats. Defensive backs coach. All-around good guy.
So the ball's at the 11. 7-0 Thunderwolves. Double wide out right, single wide out left. They do have a tight end lined up in the slot to the left here this time. Martinelli with the running back on his right hip. They fake the jet sweep. They look right now, come back over the middle, and that is a completion out across the 20 to the 25, 26-yard line. They hit the tight end over the middle. This is the guy they really like for this South Dakota Mines ball club. And that's Josh Wolfer making the grab. So it's out to the 26-yard line. First positive play on offense for the game for the Hard Rockers. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure up the middle. They collapse the pocket. Pass right side incomplete. No chance there. Good pressure is coming off the right side for the Thunderwolves is the guy you'd expect, Cody Ramming. He just blew up the block and took the blocker right into the quarterback.
And that's how you do it so you don't get called for roughing. Take your big left tackle and just push him into your quarterback.
So it's 2nd down and 10 from the 26-yard line. Double wide out each side here. Ball's on the right hash mark. Thunderbolts show blitz. Here they come. Right up the middle. Pass right side. Caught. Little or no gain.
Daniel Bone on the stop there. Taking the tight end.
Gain of maybe 3. Let's see where they spot it. They do give them a little bit of forward progress to the 29. So it'll be 3rd down and 7 from the 29-yard line for the Hard Rockers. We're down to 1:35 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Pack. Double wide out left, single wide out right. Dawson Dunbar is the running back on this series, the backup running back for the Hard Rockers. He lines up on the left hip. He's going to block. They look down the middle. Pass comes down the middle, and it is broken up. Good defensive play there for the Thunderwolves. It was Noah Purcell backing in from his linebacker position into coverage.
You know, they got Noah Purcell slimmed down a little bit. They moved him inside where he's supposed to be as an inside linebacker. Maybe fundamentally one of the best linebackers there is, but you're also playing behind Gary Seidenberger, so that's a little tough. But he was step for step with that big tight end.
So 4th down, another punt into the wind here for the Hard Rockers. This time, though, a little bit better field position to punt it away. Thunderbolts have a pretty good rush there. Booming kick this time. Rakowski takes it at the 32. He's got a little room. 35 up to about the 38-yard line.
Nice little stutter step by Zach Rakowski. You get 5 yards on that.
So Hard Rockers, they're hard-pressed to have anything to celebrate here in this first quarter, and they're acting like they just won the ball game, though, over there on the sideline. And the Thunderbolts have field position at the 37-yard line.
1st and 10, Csu-Pueblo from their own 30.
So Thunderbolts taking over 21 plus 13, so a net 34 yards there. I think it was a 40-yard kick with a 7-yard return. Or 6-yard return, depending on how you flip the math there, where they actually said he caught it. Straight drop back here. Looking up the right sideline. Stop and go move. Man's wide open. Caught it. Tosches inside the 20 down to about the 15-yard line. Just throw it up for grabs for the big guy, and he ran right by the cornerback.
It was a double move. He was in single coverage, and Taylor tosses. Okay, 6'3", 220 on one side, 6'3", 215 on the other.
And he's got speed to burn there on the outside. He just ran right by the cornerback there.
And they've tried 4 different cornerbacks now in single coverage, but that's their commitment to stopping the run.
1st and 10 from the 14-yard line of the Hard Rockers. And they're going to fake it to Russell. They look right side, up for grabs, and a lot of holding, a lot of grabbing, and they're just going to let it go because the ball was uncatchable, I believe, there.
Yeah, Xavier Marshall was tied up, but that ball was not catchable, so it's a good no call by the officials.
Xavier Marshall, a junior out of Bakersfield, California, one of these heralded transfers for the Thunderwolves. So 2nd down and 10 from the 14. It's 7-0 Thunderwolves here. 17 seconds to go in the quarter. Marshall lines up wide to the right. They got a bunch formation to the left this time. Straight drop back. They look to the corner, up for grabs. So Rakowski in and out of his hands in the corner at the pylon.
I want to say that was a little bit of wind ball because that was thrown to the pylon and the ball just kept carrying.
Down to 11 seconds to go. Crowd starting to come to life here, trying to get their Hard Rockers to make a play here. The field position they've been up against in this first quarter, they could easily be down 21-0. Their defense kind of bowed up a couple times, plus we had a missed field goal. Third and 10. Over the middle. Rakowski incomplete. Threw it behind him. He had him open, needed to lead him over the middle that time, and he threw it high and behind him, and it sails incomplete. Fourth down. He had him, Joe.
He did, and it was wide open. Rakowski got on the inside of the defender, which is his knack for doing that, just that, on a crossing route. And Zach Rakowski is every bit as fast as Cookie or Nigel.
Now Thunderwolves, this will be a 31-yard attempt from the right hash mark. So Lions.
But he's only 6 yards behind the snap.
It's pretty tight right here. He needs to get some elevation on this one. Ball's down. Kick is up. And this one drifts to the right. No good. Oh, boy, the kicking game just killing the Thunderwolves here in this first quarter.
Better kick, wrong direction, and I don't know how much of that was wind, but the ball did drift.
And he comes over to the sideline, banging his chest, say, yeah, my fault. Well, yeah, I think we all know that.
You got to make
reinforce
kicks.
That. So now the Hard Rockers, they got to feel pretty good about themselves here because in 3 seconds they're going to get the wind. Down only 7-0.
The key is they're not a passing team, not this year with this quarterback.
Apologize for that. We got to turn off the old ringer on my phone there. Somebody trying to call me. They just don't realize sometimes I'm occupied at these hours. From the 20. Bring a man in motion. Fake the jet sweep. They give it off the left side, and look at Scipio. Just take his man down. He took the tackler and the running back down at the same time for a loss of 2, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 7-0 at the end of 1. Thunderwolves football right here on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back. Dunham Field here, Rapid City, South Dakota. Thunderwolves lead at 7-0 at the end of 1. Could be a lot more here, though, Thunderwolves on top, Joe, but didn't take advantage of all that field position. Now it's up to their defense to stop South Dakota Mines, who has the win this quarter. We'll see how that changes their offensive philosophy.
Well, yeah, you have a short missed field goal and a blocked field goal. And, again, the short field was – again, this is the very first series or quarter of the season for CSU Pueblo's offense, and Evan Larson is the quarterback. So, obviously, there's going to be some growing pains. And Phil Vigil talked about that. There's going to be some miscues tonight.
2nd down and 12 here for the Hard Rockers from their own 18-yard line. They spread the formation a bit here, and they're going to give it off the left side, and they're going backwards again. The Thunderwolves defense up front is just smothering them.
Well, Dominic Finney is playing possessed. But then again, we would expect nothing less.
Exactly. Big number 58. He comes off the field here. Thunderwolves platooning their defensive linemen. They want fresh guys out there to rush the passer here.
They put little asterisks by letter winners, and lots of CSU Pueblo players have 3. One guy has 4. Finney's been here forever.
Beneficiary of the COVID year, the extra year to play. 3rd and 14. Straight drop back. Pass over the middle. Caught. They do have a blocker out here. Breaking the first tackle, but stumbling. And that stumble, Joe, I think cost him the first down there. As the wide receiver coming across there, making the grab, Max Hodson. But that little bit of stumble allowed the defense to get there and stop him a couple yards short.
It did, and it was Gary Seidenberger who was kind of in trail. But that's like great closing speed from your middle linebacker.
So now we'll see how the wind affects the punt here with the wind. Remember, all the punts in this game so far have been into the wind, except for the Thunderwolves when they had to punt once with the wind, but they had a pooch kick. And it's a booming kick with the wind, and it sends it way over the head of Rakowski. Takes a giant bounce into the end zone, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a 72-yard punt. No return, so net 52. But, man, oh, man, did he boom that baby with the wind.
Well, and he should. Like we've talked about on the plane today, we've talked about on the show, RMAC punters and kickers should lead the nation.
Exactly.
You're punting at 6,000 feet. You're punting at 5,000 feet. If you're in Western, you're punting at 8,000 feet.
So Thunderwolves will take over at their own 20-yard line. Retzloff lines up wide to the left. Looks like Tosh's is wide to the right.
Of course, we're only at 3,000 feet here in South Dakota.
And they're going to give it up the middle and no gain. Going to lose yardage this time. Thunderwolves backup running back Ty Virgin is taken down for a 2-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
You know, we say Ty Virgin quite a bit last year, even with the healthy Keon Martinez. Ty Virgin got a lot of playing time. They love him in the room.
Umpire tax actually takes it back to about the 17, so it's going to be a loss of 3, 2nd down and 13 now.
The Russell Patton, the phenom from Denver, did not dress tonight. He's here, but he did not dress.
Double wide out to each side here. We'll see what Larson can do operating into the wind here. Looks left. Comes up the left sideline. Back shoulder throw to Rakowski. Threw it way behind him. Incomplete.
Not on the same page that time.
Yeah, I think he was expecting Rakowski to cut that route off a little bit sooner.
You know, we talked a lot about L. Ray Brooks III last year for the defensive back for South Dakota Mines, and he's chirping again tonight. I think he got an unsportsmanlike last year in this game because of that.
Here come the Horns here on 3rd and 13. They got a flinch on the right side. That's a false start on the Thunderwolves. I think it's on Virgin, the back.
And the defense all saw it.
Yeah, they all pointed at him, and officials, little delay there, but it almost makes you wonder if they reacted to the other players seeing it or if they actually saw it there. Either way, he moved. It's the right call.
Well, I think they ticketed Domingo Prince II on that.
Yeah. So 3rd and long here for the Thunderwolves. They face adversity here, operating into the wind here. They lead the ball game 7-0. And now we've got a whistle. Field judge coming in to talk to the referee.
Guessing it's a timing issue. There's a whistle in the stands. You cannot have whistles in the stands.
Okay. Bad enough with the horns honking. Last thing you need is a whistle. Here we go. 3rd down and 17 officially for the Thunderwolves. Closer to 18. Straight drop back, quarterback draw. Here's the run up the right side. Larson across the 20, puts his head down to about the 24-yard line. He'll be 6 yards short of the 1st down. Good run there. Get him a little field position. Now the Thunderwolves have to punt the ball away. Ball marked back to the 23. The umpire attacks in full throat here, Joe, early on in the season.
That was a yard and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little bit more here. They have casinos here.
So now punting for the Thunderwolves. This is the Australian, Regan Baker.
Idaho State transfer. The Vandals. They're missing somebody. Daniel Bone, of all people. And it's down to 3 on the clock.
Thunderwolves will not waste a timeout here. There's a delay of game call. So that's going to cost them 5. Thunderwolves decide the 5 yards is not worth wasting the timeout, which might save them 30 or 35 seconds later on in the half.
That's always a key one. It's 5 yards on a punt, but you're also punting into the teeth. Although the wind looks like it has changed a little bit in directions, just looking at the flags across from us.
Here's the punt. It's away.
Nice low hooker.
And takes a nice high Sunday hop to the return man, but the Thunderwolves have excellent coverage, and they take him down. He's going backwards. Should get forward progress out here around the 40-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 39. They took him down back at the 35.
Well, and you know who made that play was Daniel Bone, who took 5, so he gave you 5.
That was an excellent kick by Baker into that wind.
Yeah, think of it as almost like a boomerang.
Exactly.
The Aussie.
Yes. It kind of almost looked like a Kyle Major kick. Remember, Kyle used to kick him like that.
Kyle Majors, the ball off Kyle Majors' foot sounded
Oh,
different.
my God. Thud.
Yeah, it sounded different than any other kicker
Yes.
they've ever had. It just, we love Greg O'Donnell. Odie was good, solid, national champ. Kyle Major had the thud.
So the Hard Rockers were their best starting field position of the game from their own 39-yard line here. Operating with the wind here. Double wide out left, single wide out right. They're going to give it up the middle. A little stutter step there and a big hit on Ty Harris. He gets a yard is all.
Josiah Sampleton just greeted him at the point of contact.
Just flattened him at the 40. It's a gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9.
We love the Sampletons. The whole family. Remember, I think we were in Highlands or someplace
Yes.
where they all had jerseys on. It was great.
So now 2nd down and 9 for the Hard Rockers. 7-0. Thunderwolves lead it here. 11:20 to go in the first half. Martinelli, the quarterback. Brings a man in motion across the formation. They run the jet sweep, trying to get outside, turning inside across the 45 out to about the 47-yard line on the pitch. Max Hotzen. They're going to give him the 46, maybe the 47, umpire tax. Let's see. He's always going to go backwards. It's at the 46. So 3rd down and 3 now.
It's a nice little play by the Hard Rockers. That motion, Ben Wilson, the corner, was in coverage, and he trailed that whole play, and he got caught up in the wash and couldn't get there.
So now 3rd and 3 for South Dakota Mines. Trailing 7-0 here in the first half. They go to the pistol this time. Bring a man in motion left side. That's Gelbreth. Going to roll the pocket right. Pass over the middle. Caught and dropped. Boy, it would have been a big gain, and it was the motion man who had it in his hands and just flat dropped it. Colton Grover. That was going to be a big gainer for the Hard Rockers. Instead, they're going to have to punt the ball away here on 4th down.
Colton Grover, a transfer from Northern Arizona, all the way up here in Rapid City.
That was a beautifully designed play there. They had the Thunderwolves beat on the play. It was going to get him out probably into Thunderwolves territory if he makes the grab after the run.
Those are those layer routes where you got middle, deep, and long, and right in his mitts.
So Rakowski stands back at the 15. Rugby style kick. They almost blocked it.
Ooh,
and it's kind of shanked out to the right side here. That pressure, I don't know if he got a piece of that or not, Joe. Caden Rulio.
Caden Rulio is a good player. He's going to be one of those guys that we're going to talk about all season. He's a good player, and they gave him a lot better field position or a lot worse field position than they probably should have. I thought that ball was out almost at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Rulio with great pressure that time for the Thunderwolves. So it's at the 33, not quite under 10 here, so we'll keep it here. No timeout at this point, Aaron. So next stoppage and play we'll go to our immediate timeout.
Ty Virgin stays in at tailback. Again, you got to be able to pass pro if you're a tailback at Csu-Pueblo too, especially with these receivers because that's where the ball's going.
Toshis wide to the right and to the left, of course, is Retzlaff. Fake it into the middle of the line. They're going Retzlaff up the sideline instead. They come over the middle. Nice grab. Toshis inside the 50 down to the 45-yard line. Boy, this guy is proving why they went out and got him here early on in this game. He has been the most valuable player, no doubt about it.
Tyler Toscas is that guy that's that excellent complement to Reggie Retzlaff.
Quick hitter, right side, ball caught, but good defensive play. You're going to lose a yard. That's that wide receiver screen, Joe. We never like it.
It's awful. It never works. I know they may use it to set something else up, but it's awful.
Loses 3, 2nd down and 13.
The pros don't even run that because it's a horrible play. But again, you got to keep them honest. It's like a long handoff, trying to see if your receiver can make a play.
Tight formation this time for the Thunderwolves. 4 wide receivers in the game, but they're all lined up almost inside the hash marks here. Fake it into the middle, pass right side, caught, trying to make a little jab step, get forward. It's down to the 41-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. Marshall on the grab for the Thunderwolves. Xavier Marshall. It's out of Bakersfield, California. Makes it 3rd down now and 8 for the Thunderwolves. They need the 33-yard line for the first down here. 9:18 to go in the first half. Thunderwolves lead at 7-0. Trips to the left this time. Single wide out right. Moving on the left side. False start on the Thunderwolves.
That was specifically designed to draw them off sides, and Arthur Brock, the Pueblo East product, couldn't hold his water.
So they mark it back to the 46-yard line. Brock kind of apologizing to his mates out there in the huddle. Says, man, I'm so sorry. So now see if the Thunderbolts can overcome this adversity. 3rd down and 13 from the 46-yard line of the Hard Rockers. From the gun, Larson. Send a man in motion. That's Dvorak to the right. Here comes pressure up the middle. They pass it over the middle. Caught by Retzlaff. He's got the first down inside the 35 down to the 31-yard line. What a strike by Larson.
How good a receiver is Reggie Retzlaff? That's rhetorical, by the way. He's good.
And Larson was right on time with it after the excellent cut. 1st and 10, 31-yard line of the Hard Rockers. Straight drop back. Going for it all down. That's holding. And the ball is caught somehow by Toshis. Looked like it was going to be intercepted. It should have been holding on the Hard Rockers. The referees did not see it, did not throw the flag. And somehow Tosh is able to come back, take the ball away from the D-back.
And he took it away from our guy, Jim. L. Ray Brooks II, who was chirping last week, chirping already tonight, or last year, chirping again today already. Took it away from him.
Yeah, Brooks made a pretty good devious play there. That little grab got him the advantage, but then he wasn't able to secure it, and Tosh just took it right away from him.
You know, being able to run the ball in for a score right now would do so much for your team and your. They stopped the clock for some
brief
reason.
stop. I think they got to allow the substitutes to get in.
Yeah, but you don't stop the clock for that.
Nope, yeah, they are. Now the officials getting back in position. Not sure what they stopped it for, Joe. I'm a little perplexed. 1st and goal. Give it to Virgin up the middle. Puts his head down, gets a yard maybe, down to about the 2.
That's okay. Of course, you're eating clock too now with the wind, and
so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 2.
They bring in Howard Russell now, which I think is smart. Thick body, strong.
Initially, it was a gain of 1, but the umpire taxes put it back on the 3 again. You're even fooling the PA guy. Here's a pitch to the left side. Russell cuts back inside, and he goes nowhere, but able to squat forward, Joe. That's that leg strength.
Yeah.
But it's going to end up being, well, they're going to mark it at the 3. It looked like he got down about the 2, maybe the 1.5-yard line, but they take it all away from him, put it at the 3.
Again, the tax.
So 3rd and goal.
And I'd say this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, the way the Thunderbolts kicking game has been, I don't think you want to risk another short field goal, do you?
Nope. Stevie Kroll's in now with Noah Purcell as fullback.
Russell is the other back. High snap, but it's handled. Looking over the middle, and it's intercepted. In the end zone, they try to run it out of there. It's taken down at the 1-yard line. Bad decision by the linebacker who made the pick. But Kroll woefully underthrew that ball right into coverage, and it's a turnover, and the Hard Rockers take over at their own 1-yard line.
Curtis Luckadoo was wide open behind the linebacker.
He just short-armed it.
He was wide open.
Threw it right into the linebacker's mitts. Just needed to put a little air under that one. But, again, it was the left-handed quarterback rolling right. Maybe that had something to do with it. Didn't have his feet under him for some reason, Joe, because he got no elevation on that pass whatsoever.
No, it just was it was a poorly thrown ball. There's no wind. It was just a poorly thrown ball.
All right, timeout on the field. 7-0 Thunderwolves on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Dunham Field here, campus of South Dakota Mines University. Thunderwolves, Joe, could easily be up in this game 20-something-0.
Yeah, it could be a runaway.
Yeah.
Like it could have been last year.
Right.
And then it wasn't. You let teams hang around, this is what happens. That was just a poorly thrown ball at an inopportune time, and Stevie Kroll needs to do better than that. He knows better, but he needs to do better.
Well, during that timeout, it was supposed to be a media timeout scheduled there. They didn't give it to us, but the Thunderwolves were not ready on defense, so they called a timeout, so it all worked out for us. But Thunderwolves now with only 2 timeouts left here in the half. 1-yard line here for the Hard Rockers. They made the great play making the interception. It was a boneheaded play trying to run it out of the end zone. They're going to run around the right side and breaking. And then smashed down
Daniel Bone.
Bone coming through there. The running back looked like he was about ready to rip off about a 20-yard run, and Bone flattens him.
He saw daylight for a second. He got 2. He thought he was going to get 20.
Going to mark it at the 4, so it'll be second down and a long 7. Looks like the ball's kind of in between the 4 and the 3.
Daniel Bone came out of nowhere.
Take the snap. They give it up the middle, and Thunderbolts shut it down. There's Bone again. He just loves contact. He's like a monster back, Joe. The old-fashioned rover. Just looking for people to punish.
We got to give Cade Foskey the credit, the defensive coordinator, because I asked Daniel Bone, I said, can you go whenever you want? He goes, oh, no. Oh, no, it's scripted. I only go when they tell me. Because it seems like he goes every play. And maybe they tell him every play. He said, oh, no, I don't have free reign.
They did give him a yard there, so it's 3rd and 6 from the 5-yard line here. Bring a man in motion across the formation. Now resetting. Straight drop back by Martinelli. Steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle. It's caught, but it's going to be, well, his knee was down at the 10. That should be short.
And it
is.
The line judge marked him short, so he's short of the first down by a half a yard.
The tight end, by having to go down to make the grab, his knee hit at the 10, and that's where he's marked.
Yeah, and you don't chance it there.
So Alex Stern unable to get the first down for the Hard Rockers. They have to punt the ball away from their own 10.
The problem I have with Csu-Pueblo's defense on that one is they did not send everybody. He still had time, and they still got off a throw underneath.
I don't think Rakowski's deep enough here to receive this punt. Although, as you mentioned, Joe, the wind has kind of shifted a little bit here. Still carries it pretty deep. Rakowski takes it at the 35. He's got a room here. 40. Nice cut. 45. 50. Across midfield down to the 47-yard line. Good return there by Rakowski. That's just a case where you out-kick your punt coverage.
Well, and the problem was he was shielded by his own player when he tried to make cutback. It was open. He just was shielded by his own player.
Well, there's supposed to be a media timeout here, but it doesn't look like they're going to give it to us, so we don't want to miss anything here in plus territory. We're going to count on the Thunderbolts scoring something here late in this first half. We do have the 2-minute warning as well, so that is where we'll get the other media timeout in, Aaron. So we'll get it in. That's one of the new rules in college football this year. They do have a 2-minute warning. So Thunderbolts, as they've been doing all game long, operating in Hard Rocker territory, they start at the 48-yard line of the Rockers. Thunderbolts lead at 7-0. Double wide out right. Give the ball up the middle to Russell. Breaks it outside across the 45, 40. Nice cut inside, 35. Down to the 31-yard line. Great run there by Howard Russell.
Strong Howard Russell. He had the one cut, and he's got those jump feet. We call them jump feet. He just jumped over to the side and then gone.
Gain of 18 to the 30-yard line. First and 10 Thunderbolts go up tempo, and a pass was deflected. They're trying to go a left side here to Russell, and the ball was deflected. They had something operating there as they had Tosh as the lead blocker that time, and you got it in the hands of your best running back, but the ball deflected incomplete. They had him outnumbered that time because the defense didn't adjust to Russell being out in the flat. The linebacker didn't get over there. But it's all for naught here. 2nd and 10 from the 30. Straight drop back. Now Larson rolling right. Steps back. Throws it back left. Dvorak wide open. Inside the 10. Inside the 5. Stretches to the pylon. And he is down at the 1-foot line evidently. They do not give him the touchdown, but he's inside the 1. 1st and goal, Thunderwolves.
He almost dropped the ball. So he had to gather himself, and that little half step cost him a score.
I think you're right on the money. Here's the replay looking at it. Yeah, almost able to make the adjustment to make the grab. Boy, he stretched. That's a touchdown. They should do the video review here. They just put it up on the screen. He was in. And they do have replay here. And, you know, who goes down there is Paul Plinsky, the athletic director, saying, man, that's a touchdown. We got to review that.
The play clock's down to 6.
They're not going to review it. And here comes a flag in, and is this going to be a false start on the Thunderwolves? Oh, my goodness. Illegal procedure, false start on the Thunderwolves. So instead at the 1, it's going to be back at the 6. It should have been a touchdown anyway. On watching the replay, Dvorak was in. I thought he was in live watching it. As he stretched it out, hit the pylon with the ball. But they marked him at the 1, so now it's back to the 6, 1st and goal. Roll the pocket right. Pass to the goal line. Touchdown, Retzlaff.
Bullet from Evan Larson.
That's the old play, Joe. They when the 49ers did it, they called it sprint right option. You just sprint the quarterback out to the right. You count on your big wide receiver. In those days, it was Clark from the 49ers. The Thunderbolts or the Broncos used to run it as well with McCaffrey all the time. You just get a big wide receiver there out there on a little corner, and the quarterback, all you got to do is just thread the needle there.
Basically posts up.
Yep.
That was a dart, though, from Evan Larson. Reggie's only got 2 touchdowns.
Always an adventure for the Thunderbolts kicking. That's a better kick. Got it up in the air this time, and it is good. 3:07 to go here in the first half. We're going to go ahead and get our media timeout out of the way here. Thunderbolts lead at 14-0. Thunderbolts football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Dunham Field. And again, Joe, on that touchdown they didn't call, his knee may have been down. We're up here. You'd have to slow it down. That's why I thought they should have gone to the review. But to me, in live action, looked like he stretched it across. But in the line judge's interpretation, maybe he saw his knee down before he touched the pylon. So we don't have benefit of a monitor here in the booth. We can just look at the scoreboard. And if I was using the scoreboard and plus my Thunderwolves colored glasses, I would have said touchdown.
I was just going to utter the words that you so often utter. Know your geography.
Okay.
That line judge probably has a hardware store in downtown Rapid. And not on my watch. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure it's up.
We kid because we can and we care. This kick into the
Trouble.
wind, and it hits. Oh, we got trouble. It's a live ball, and it goes out of bounds, and now it'll be a violation on the Thunderwolves here. A penalty. They didn't get there in time. That was dangerous for the Hard Rockers, but the ball luckily went out of bounds at the 12, so that means they'll mark it out here to the 35.
But it was touched by the Hard Rockers. That's what Phil Vihill's saying, is that ball was touched by the Hard Rockers. So if it's touched by the Hard Rockers, it's out where the ball went out.
So that's what the officials are discussing right now.
Mac Alexander, the special team coach,
he's adamant.
Yes, and it feels like telling him, hey, nope, can't do that.
So we could see him wave off the flag. Let's see. Nope. Kick out of bounds on the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves don't win the argument. The field judge and the line judge over here on the side, they're still discussing it. Phil Vihill now wants an explanation from the white hat. He goes, is this one I should review?
Unless you have possession. I don't know if it's.
So now he's in communication with the booth. You can see him looking up to the booth on his headset. And is he going to throw the challenge flag here? Now the official's talking it over again, Joe. It makes you wonder if they are not committed to their call here. One of them is trying to talk the other one into changing this call, Joe, is my opinion.
I totally agree. The line judge was the farthest one back, and the field judge is saying, I think he touched it. And the referee's saying, you guys got to pick one.
Yeah, come on. Come to a consensus here. And evidently they're going to stick with the original call. And now Phil Vihill getting the explanation. Phil's not happy with the explanation. Now the line judge comes in because he was the one most adamant about it. And Phil's he's giving him the stink eye, Joe. Doesn't it look like he kind of looked over to the side and now he's backing away? It's kind of comical.
Yeah, I've never seen a guy plead his case so calmly, and he's not going to win it.
Yeah.
So, but it's kind of fun that he's delaying everything that South Dakota Mines wants to do.
Well, it was almost like the field judge kind of agrees with Phil Vihill, but the line judge is the one that made the call, and he is sticking to his guns. And the referee, like you said, Joe, he said, pick something here, boys. And the line judge who made the call says, that's the way I saw it. They did not touch it, so it comes out to the 35-yard line.
Well, and we're talking 21 yards worth of difference here. But you got your defense, it's studs.
Well, the reason that all happened, they were kicking into the wind, and the ball fluttered and floated, And the return man who had lined up at the goal line had to try to run underneath it. He missed it, and then the chase was on. And the ball went out of bounds before the Thunderbolts could get there, but the argument was that perhaps the Hard Rocker player touched it. So, oh well, we're at the 35-yard line. That's where the Hard Rockers take over, their own 35. They're down 14-0. Bring a man in motion now, resetting on the left side. Handoff right side, cutting back inside. This is the reserve running back for the Hard Rockers. That's Dawson Dunbar. He gains 4 out to the 39-yard line. 2:55 to go here in the half. 14-0 Thunderwolves.
That was a nice tackle by Cameron Smith. He's a transfer from Stephen F. Austin, where a lot of these coaches have some ties, including Phil Vigil.
2nd and 6. Again, motion across the formation, this time to the right side and resetting. Straight drop back by Martinelli. Steps up in the pocket, fires a strike over the middle. It's caught short of the first down. Good coverage there by the Thunderbolts. Closing speed that time by Keith McCaney. Out to the 43-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2 now for the Hard Rockers. Ball completed on the play. That was Max Hotzen.
You know, Keith McCaney's played for 2 years now. This is his 3rd season. He's a solid veteran.
3rd and 2 for the Hard Rockers. Quick screen, left side caught, and 1st down. That ball was almost batted down at the line of scrimmage. Somehow Martinelli almost threw like a sidearm strike there to get it underneath the Thunderbolts defender. Now the Thunderbolts have an injury on the play.
McCaney was down. He's like, I'm fine.
That's the 2-minute warning. So we'll keep it here because we already used our spot. We'll just go ahead and tell you this is the new rule this year in college football, implementing the 2-minute warning. So now different timing rules go into effect inside 2 minutes. Of course, outside of 2 minutes, when the ball goes out of bounds and then they reset it, the clock runs. But here now, inside of 2 minutes, the clock will stay stopped when the ball goes out of bounds.
It's more like it used to be.
Yeah.
That was a whole game. They're trying to speed up the game a little bit in college football because college football games sometimes are like the Titanic on AMC. They just sometimes last forever.
Yeah. You got to invest 5 hours on AMC.
Yeah, you know, if you watch The Fugitive, it's 6 plus. So you throw the Titanic out there, you know, Leo dying for a long time.
Yeah, that's a good full shift watching those two movies back to back on AMC. Yes. So it'll be 1st and 10 Hard Rockers from their own 48-yard line, trying to get on the board here late in this first half. Thunderbolts lead at 14-0. Probably should be a lot more here, but Thunderbolts right now in control.
And give the Hard Rocker offensive line credit. They've picked up everything Csu-Pueblo. They haven't sent a lot of blitzes, but they have given protection to this first-year starter.
So the ball at the 48. Double wide out to each side. From the gun, Martinelli gives it up the middle, and nothing there. Good stop for the Thunderwolves. Rulo.
You know, this is a defensive back that they love, Caden Rulo.
And now we have a timeout on the field here.
You know who's the first one to talk to him is Bone, because Caden Rulo's that size. He's 6'1", 185 out of Grandview. Again, another school that has been a feeder school to Csu-Pueblo.
Not sure who took the timeout. They haven't taken one off the board yet. I didn't see him point either way there. I would think it would have to be taken by South Dakota Mines, but it's going to be 2nd down and 9 from the 49-yard line for the Hard Rockers. 14-0. Thunderwolves lead the ball game. Home opener a week from Saturday night at the Thunderbolt.
Is that red out?
Red out for Permian Basin. Texas Permian Basin. They've got some big guys on their defensive front. They're the defending Lone Star Conference champion, ranked 18th in the country. So Thunderwolves looking to survive this ball game, take care of business, and then set up the battle with Texas Permian Basin. First time the Thunderwolves have ever faced them. Next Saturday night, 6 o'clock, it's a red out. Hope you can join us at the Thunderbolt. If not, you can always join Joe and myself on the call. So,
and you should.
Yep, 2nd and 9 from the 49. Here comes pressure off the edge. Pass over the middle. Caught! Down to the 35-yard line. Looked like the blitzer that time for the Thunderbolts, Joe. He held up, worrying about perhaps a personal foul call because he let up, and that allowed Martinelli to throw a strike. And the ball completed.
Yeah, there's just too much room, free reign in the middle of the field for the Hard Rockers right now if you're CSU Pueblo's defense.
That was Braden Schatz on the catch. So it's 1st and 10 Hard Rockers. Thunderwolves 35, their deepest penetration of the game here into Thunderwolves territory.
It was a nice throw, too. I mean, that ball was on the money.
From the gun. Has Harris on his left hip, straight drop back, looks left, fires left, up for grabs, incomplete. Threw it high and away to the outside that time, the only place the defender had a chance. Pretty good coverage on the play there for the Thunderbolts by Rulo.
Well, Eli Pittman was in man-to-man, and he used the sideline as his second defender, and he just kind of put his hands up because he knew there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
Yeah, Thunderbolts had him bracketed pretty good over there. Rulo, of course, the safety, and Pittman the corner. So 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line of the Thunderwolves. 14-0 Thunderwolves here. 1:33 to go first half. Man in motion left side. That's the big tight end. Resets. Straight drop back. Throws right flat. Caught. Across the 30. Close to the first down. Pretty good play there. As escaping out of the backfield, Harris.
Playing way too soft back there. Daniel Bone had to come all the way up from the safety position. Deep. He was 10 yards off the ball.
And it is a first down, a gain of 10 exactly. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Clock stops with 1:28 to go. Straight drop back. Martinelli steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle, incomplete. Boy, he got too much air under that ball. He's lucky there wasn't a safety in behind there to pick that one off.
Well, and Peyton Shaw was in good coverage, almost too good a coverage.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people say, hey, yeah, I get it. He wore him like a cape.
2nd and 10.
I just don't like the fact that CSU Pueblo's not getting any pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, they had a chance earlier on the big play on the corner blitz, but the corner held up. Fake the jet sweep. Hand it up the middle, and there's a good body slam there. Good tackle for the Thunderwolves, and that's our man who's been playing a little fullback tonight, Noah Purcell. Gain of 5.
Timeout, Hard Rockers.
And we're down to 1:12 to go here. So Hard Rockers now be facing officially 3rd and 4. The ball's just inside the 20-yard line. They need the 15 for the first down here, trailing at 14-0. Boy, the Hard Rockers, they get one on the board here. They got to feel pretty good about themselves going into that locker room, considering the way this game has gone. The Thunderwolves have pretty much dominated the action, just have not been able to capitalize on all their opportunities.
You know, I know it's early in the game, but a score from Boulder right now that I'm happy to pronounce is 4 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the second. North Dakota State 20, Colorado 14.
I think the Buffaloes had one of their best players leave the ball game. Got hurt. I thought I saw it. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, Shadur Sanders.
The quarterback.
No, he's in the game. It was somebody else got hurt. Let me see here. Travis Hunter.
Yeah, well,
next game. Left the game with an injury. That's one of their big play wide receivers.
I think the biggest fan of the South Dakota State or South Dakota Mines band is Howard Russell. He's been dancing the entire first half when he's not in the game. That's playing loose.
Got to keep moving. Got to keep fresh.
That's playing loose.
3rd down and 4 now for the Hard Rockers. Got to feel like it's 4-down territory here. Down 14-0. Field goals aren't going to get it done in this game. Thunderbolts show blitz. They're all up on the line of scrimmage here. Here they come. And pressure is there, and they force an errant throw there. As nowhere to go with it. Was Martinelli. Threw it behind his intended wide receiver. So now it's 4th down and 4. Looks like they're going to send the field goal unit out, Joe.
Well, James Turrentine at 6'1", 310 was in pursuit. That's how fleet of foot he is at that size.
So it'll be a field goal attempt here for the Hard Rockers.
You know, we watched Connor Taylor kick before. He's got a great leg.
This will be a 37-yard attempt from the right hash mark. The quarterback, Martinelli, is the holder, so you could see some chicanery here. Ball's down, kick is on the way, and it is good. So the Hard Rockers get on the board with 1:06 to go here in the first half. It's now Thunderwolves 14, Hard Rockers 3.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have kicked it there, but you got to get some momentum. Any kind of points right now.
Yeah, I think you could not afford to go into the locker room with a goose egg there. So,
and Csu-Pueblo gets the ball to start the second half, so that getting some points on the board may take the sting out of that just a little bit. I can see either way, but you know me, I'm a gambling guy. I go for it.
Yeah, the interesting decision in the second half, Thunderwolves actually with the choice, so they'll take the ball. The choice will be for the Hard Rockers. Do you want to play with the wind in the third quarter or roll the dice and try to get it to a fourth quarter game and have the wind? I think you got to play for the present and probably take the wind in third quarter, try to get back in the ball game. Well, they're in the ball game, but I mean, I think something going.
I think it's died down a little bit, and
it's not quite as big a factor as it was earlier, that's for sure. Yeah, you can just look at the paper mache on the goalposts, and it's not waving too much, not nearly like it was earlier on. Temperature will dip down into the 60s as the game goes along here. Started off balmy, what was it, 77, something like that?
Beautiful. Musa Osifar back. Not sure he's going to get a chance, and that's Howard Russell.
He's
going to bring it out.
He's going to bring it out.
I'm not sure I would have done that.
10, 15, cuts inside, 20, 22-yard line. Well, tried to make a big play there. If he gets tackled at the 10, it's a bonehead play, but South Dakota Mines has 2 timeouts left. You couldn't really – they got an injury on the field here for one of the Hard Rockers.
They got to only have 1 timeout left, I'm guessing. They didn't take one
I don't think they took one off the board. Yeah, because they took 2 in that last possession, right? So it should be 1, so they can't really prevent the Thunderwolves.
But are you a guy that says, okay, that's okay, Howard, we'll lose 3 yards and give you a chance to make a big play rather than just –
Yeah, I could see the thinking there.
Well, the other thing to me, though, is if you take the touchback, you don't lose any time.
And to be honest there, he's probably one – if he breaks that tackle, then all of
gone.
A sudden it was the sideline there, and it might have been something big.
But he took that ball 5 yards deep in the end zone. It wasn't like it was at the goal line.
And he ran through a big wave of traffic at about the 10-yard line. Injured player for the Hard Rockers is Gabe Frericks out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, sophomore. Gabe Frericks, backup linebacker. So now with 59 seconds to go here, Thunderwolves up 14-3. You're getting the ball first to start the second half.
That means you take a shot with Reggie Retzlaff.
I think you spread the formation here and run a draw is what I do, or try to spring Russell up the middle here.
He's in single coverage at the top of the field.
And they are going to look over the left side, looking for Nigel Mitchell. Back shoulder throw. That's interference. No flag.
You know, the ball got caught in the wind, and it just knocked it out of the air.
But it looked to me like he had his arm grabbed there.
I think the ball just kind of died on him.
Yep. I think that's the official saying, you know what, I'm going to let him play ball here. I'm not going to decide the game here on that one.
I think that play was setting up this go route to Reggie Retzlaff.
So second down and 10. Look left. Here comes pressure off the edge. Ball dropped by Nigel Mitchell.
Okay, this is giving them way too much time. This isn't the way to end the half.
So 46 seconds to go, and the Hard Rockers with the timeout. So Thunderwolves going to have to punt it into the wind here eventually if they don't get anything going here. It's going to be 3rd and 10. The super conservative play would just have been to run it 3 times and get to the locker room. But now the Thunderwolves have put themselves behind the 8 ball a bit. Dvorak in motion to the right side. He takes Tosh is on the right side behind Dvorak blocking, and he goes out of bounds, and that stops the clock. So the Hard Rockers are in business here, Joe, with 39 seconds to go. Thunderwolves going to have to punt the ball into the wind.
Yeah, I'm not. That's probably not the best clock management we've seen. I get what they were trying to do. The routes were open.
4th and 5 for the Thunderbolts.
Well, now Thunderbolts relying on their punter to get him some field position here. Regan Baker, the Aussie.
Baker in punt formation.
He stands at his own 14-yard line.
Grover deep for the Hardrockers.
Good snap. Kick is away. Pretty good kick. Fair catch signaled for and moving up on it and grabbing it at the 38-yard line. Well, that's a late adjustment there.
By Grover.
Pretty good play there by Colton Grover to make the grab. But,
Passing 30.
you know, 2 big completions here for the Hard Rockers to get another shot at a field goal here.
I always like to see on punts, you know, he made a fair catch and there was one guy in his face, and it's always the long snapper. Braden Stammer was in his face.
So the ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line. Not sure why we're in a timeout type situation here. Team should be out there on the field. Now the referee's kind of realizing, hey, come on, let's go, guys. They call them out.
This is a Daniel Bone moment where he can go get the quarterback.
1st and 10, South Dakota Lions. On the 37-yard line.
So single wide out left, double wide out right here. Now the Thunderbolts back out of there with 3 safeties, kind of an umbrella defense. Pass out the right side, intercepted.
It's going to come back, though. There was a late hit on the quarterback, and he was late hit. I mean, I don't think he was late hit, but it was up around the head. It wasn't late. It was just up around the neck. But he laid him out.
So it's going to nullify the interception, and it's going to be a 15-yard mark-off on the Thunderwolves here.
When I saw the hit from the get-go, it was legit. It was just high.
And I think they said Micah Lutu, I think 44. I think that's what I heard.
I'm not sure. But that is a big penalty.
Now, Lutu's kind of banging his helmet like he was the guilty party.
40 or 20 yards on that.
Well, the line of scrimmage was the 38.
Okay.
So now it's the 47 of the Thunderwolves and 30 seconds to go here. So 2 more decent plays here for the Hard Rockers. They'll get at least a chance at a field goal. They're hoping for more here. Now they're seeing what the clock should be at. I think they're going to in agreement it is 30 seconds. Two wideouts right, single wideout left. Here comes pressure off the edge by Bone. They go up the left sideline, and the ball is incomplete.
They want a
No
flag, but the guy just dropped it.
Back shoulder throw up there on the left sideline.
Eli Pittman in coverage there.
I was kind of waiting for the laundry to perhaps fly there, but they've been pretty consistent in this ball. I mean, they're kind of letting them play in the defensive backfield in this game.
Csu-Pueblo had 11 guys on the line of scrimmage.
They creeping up on the line of scrimmage again here. Now they back out of there a bit. Yep, now they're backing up. Straight drop back. Martinelli flush from the pocket. He's going to run it up the right side and puts his head down, and he's clotheslined down at the 44-yard line.
By Noah Purcell.
And now the Hard Rockers will take a timeout with 18 seconds to go in the half.
We'll have guests at halftime, Jim?
Indeed we will. The Prez is going to join us, along with, of course, the athletic director for the Thunderwolves. At least that's what we're into the impression of.
Well, I see them kind of starting to make their way up. That's why
making their way over? Okay.
One good thing about this is we're close to the field. It does not take very long.
So, Thunderbolts have 2 separate huddles down. They got a defensive lineman and linebacker huddle, and they got a defensive back huddle.
Well,
and with all their different personnel packages. So there was like 20 guys out on the field, and they select the 11 they're going to put out there.
Well, I was teasing Mac Alexander about, did you bring enough DBs? They brought 14 defensive backs, but some of them play special teams, so they're used in that regard. But that's not, when you can only have a limited travel roster.
Here we go. Ball at the 44-yard line. They need 7 for the first down. Just pressure off the edge, steps up, throw it behind the receiver. Had him open, but in and out of the hands of Colton Grover. If that ball's thrown out in front of him, he probably gets the first down. But instead, now the fourth down. Now what do you do if you're Hard Rockers with 15 seconds to go? I think you probably go for it still here.
You know, and Peyton Shaw was trailing in coverage badly on that play. The offensive line is like, why are we not going for this? Love the offensive linemen. They're out there. They want to go.
So now they send the punt team out.
But that may be a misnomer as well.
Well, you could try a 63-yard field goal, too, if you wanted to, but you'd risk all kinds of bad things happen there with the wind. And they are going to punt it away. A little pooch kick, and it's shanked. Straight right out of bounds.
Well, that mismanagement of the clock does not hurt you.
Yeah.
All the mistakes Csu-Pueblo has made in this first half have not hurt them. Does that make sense?
You're kind of right. The only thing that's hurt is their point production, but it hasn't led to much for the Rockers.
Right. It's not been catastrophic in terms of the mistakes they made, but we knew mistakes were going to be made in this game. Now, you take a knee here, don't you? Go victory formation?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
That's going to be the case here.
I guess they did have that. They get 6 timeouts a half.
Man, they've had a lot of stoppages here in this game for them. We were begging for stoppages for commercial breaks earlier. We weren't getting them. So it's 14-3. Thunderwolves lead it. We have 8 seconds to go now in the first half. South Dakota Mines under the impression, we have all those timeouts. Let's just use it here to get rid of it.
Yeah, coaches can't afford, they can't go with one to the locker room, can they?
So Thunderwolves line up in victory formation here just to close out the half. Take the snap, and that will do it, and that closes out the first half. Thunderwolves lead at 14-3. Stay tuned for our halftime show. We'll have the president, Armando Valdez, along with Paul Plinsky. That's coming your way next. Thunderwolves football on.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Dunham Field here in Rapid City, South Dakota. Thunderwolves with a 14-3 lead here at halftime. Kind of let a few opportunities get away from the first half, but the good news is they do have the lead. Time for our halftime show, and our regular guest on the road, as always, Dr. Paul Plinsky, the athletic director for Csu-Pueblo. But we have a newcomer, first ever interview with the new president. He's the 16th president in Csu-Pueblo history. That's Armando Valdez. Armando, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you very much, Jim. Great to be here tonight. Doesn't it feel great to have football back in the air and back on the field?
It does. It's just seems like summer's over, but that's bad news in some ways, but it's good news because we got some football.
Well, I welcome fall. I welcome football. I love the way it feels. I love the way it feels tonight. It just feels absolutely spectacular in terms of what that temperature is. Doesn't it feel right here in Rapid City? Beautiful setting tonight, clear sky, touch of wind, but just a beautiful setting to go off and play a game of football.
Well, Paul, we want to ask you first. I know Joe was quizzing you, but you were right down there on the sideline in that first half. That's a touchdown to Dvorak, wasn't it, at the pylon?
Well, I certainly thought it was a touchdown, but I did confer with the boss man, Coach Vigil.
Yeah.
And the coaching staff felt like his knee was down before contact with the pylon.
Okay.
So I had to defer to him. But
well, we kind of explained that to the listeners, but I watching on the replay, I always say I'm, Thunderwolves colored glasses. I thought it was a touchdown. But
Well, and then the other play, the kickoff return was a very poorly officiated call, but we move on, and here we are, 14-3.
Well, that's what I talked with Jim about as right before we went to break. All the mistakes, and we knew there were going to be mistakes first game out, but all the mistakes that Csu-Pueblo made in that first half did not haunt them. I mean, could the score be a lot more? Yes, absolutely. Should it be? Yes, absolutely. But at least the pickoff in the end zone, that didn't hurt them. At least the missed field goal didn't hurt them. At least, the field position, the timing thing at the end of the first half didn't hurt them. So those mistakes, you can live with mistakes as long as they're not killing you.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think he's got such a sound approach to the game. His players are disciplined. They understand the ebbs and flows, that things aren't always going to go perfect. And so they work through that, and then they get ready for the next play. So really proud of their resiliency. But, I would expect as the evening changes, it's now going to be dark, less wind, cooler. I think the Thunderwolves are going to come out hungry for some more in the second half.
Well, how about your impressions of the new quarterback, Devin Larson, and his new, his play toys out there? I mean, Taylor Tosh's, what a first half.
Taylor had a great one, kid transfer from Oklahoma, and great size, great body, and he and Reggie Retzloff, along with Zach Rakowski, are probably some of the three best receivers in the league. But Devin's playing well. He played for Coach Vigil at Western New Mexico, was Lone Star Player of the Year 2 years ago. Last year he played on his own without Coach Vigil, and then decided want to join him. But still have Steve Kroll and Roman Fuller in the lineup. So we got a good quarterback crew ready to go if needed.
So Armando, what was your impressions of the first half field level?
So it's very exciting to be down there on the field, supporting Coach Vigil, all the players. The intensity they came out with, they're ready for this game. And so if there's something that it demonstrates to me that Coach Phil has really set up this team for success. And to travel, to take a time away from campus, go on the road in the first game, yes, they miss some opportunities, but they're playing hard. Defense is showing up very strong, limiting that offense of South Dakota Mines to a few yards. And while we could have more points on the board, I think we're excited to see the way they're playing hard with intensity. And we're just going to clean it up, as you said. First game out, we're going to find a way to get that path forward for success and more wins.
Well, talk about it for yourself, just the way you feel about coming to a football game for the first time as the president, being able to root on these Thunderwolves. It's got to be exciting for you.
It's absolutely exciting, and it's wonderful to be in this unique position as president, to know that I represent an amazing university. I represent these student athletes out here, and they represent us. They're a key set of talent. They showcase what we can do on behalf of Csu-Pueblo, but they represent all of Pueblo and Southern Colorado. And so to bring that up here to Rapid City, tell them where we're from, show them what we do, and not only are these students performing well on the field, they do well in the classroom, and we're just so very proud of them, of how they are just versatile, resilient, tough, and really go out and represent Pac Nation. We love it.
And you're a big proponent of athletics in general.
Absolutely.
And just talk about the student-athlete experience, how athletics complements academics.
It's an experience that, first of all, for the athlete themselves, the student-athlete, they get to learn, transform their lives through their education, but also get to go out and engage in activity that very few people get to continue to do so. I would have loved to have had the talent to continue to play on to college and beyond what I did before. They get a chance to help other people live vicariously through them. And so one of the messages that I gave to them is I want them to connect to the non-student athletes. I want them to show what that experience is like, to give them a taste, because we root for them. We love them. We love the way they represent us. And that's a connection that represents our entire university and every single student who's on campus. And so to be that proponent and that excitement that comes out, they set the tone, they set the vibe, they set the intensity of what we have, not only for our athletics program, but our entire university. And so we all want to say, go Pack.
All right, Paul, let's wrap this up. Just talk about what you got coming up here with all the other sports here for CSU-Pueblo. It's an exciting time of year.
Yeah, everyone's on campus now. Classes started 2 weeks ago. Full steam ahead. It's Labor Day weekend, so it is quiet. This is an unusual kickoff for us with week 0 officially underway. But next weekend will be the home opener for the Thunderwolves football team against Texas Permian Basin. 6 o'clock on Saturday night, but mixed all around that is Pac volleyball. The women will play at home in Massari Arena on Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday. And then our men's soccer team will be playing at home on Thursday and Saturday. So
Nice.
we have an array of home events while our cross-country team and our women's soccer team are on the road. But excited, ready to go. I think we have a lot of outstanding student-athletes ready to do well this fall and represent the PAC in a lot of really unique and fun, exciting ways in RMAC competition.
All right, guys, thanks for coming on up. We enjoyed your visit. We look forward to great things here in the second half.
Well, thank you for you guys, what you do. You take what's here with the PAC representing in South Dakota, here in Rapid City, you take it back home to Pueblo and Southern Colorado. So thank you for doing it.
All right, thank you very much. It's halftime here at Dunham Field here in Rapid City. Thunderwolves lead at 14-3. More of our halftime show comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the PAC, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Rapid City, South Dakota. Thunderwolves on top, 14-3. Kind of the story of the first half. Some missed opportunities, but the Thunderwolves do get a couple of huge plays out of the wide receiver position. And then, that was out by Toscas. And then, of course, Retzlaff able to pay him off with a couple of brilliant touchdown grabs.
Again, this is letting your players go make plays, and we knew that going in. That's what they were going to try to do. But the reason they were able to have so much success in the first half is because of how well their defenses played. They dominated the first quarter by keeping the Hard Rockers pinned inside the 10-yard line for almost the entire first quarter.
All right, more of our halftime show coming your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the PAC, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
14-3 Thunderwolves here at halftime. Some of the numbers here in the first half. Thunderwolves 285 yards total offense, only 100 for South Dakota Mines. Thunderwolves 240 through the air, 75 for South Dakota Mines. Neither team running the ball very well. South Dakota Mines 25 yards, Thunderwolves at 45. One of the glaring numbers in the first half for the Thunderwolves, though, 2 of 5 in the red zone. They had a blocked field goal, a missed field goal, and an interception on their 5 trips into the red zone. They were able to get 2 touchdowns, and that's the reason they lead it 14-3. Second half is next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the PAC, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Dunham Field here in Rapid City. Thunderwolves lead at 14-3. Thunderwolves will get the ball first to start the second half, and the decision made, the Hard Rockers are going to work
with the wind
here in the third quarter. They're going to try to roll the dice here and get the lead into the fourth quarter when they have to operate into the wind. So the Thunderwolves, if they can hold serve here, you can extend the lead, then playing with the wind in the fourth quarter would be a big advantage.
I think this is a decision I would have made too, don't you?
I think so, yeah. You can't wait.
No.
You can't wait and work into the wind and operate into the wind, especially at first. They dodged a big-time bullet in that first quarter by only giving up the 1 touchdown. Thunderwolves able to get another touchdown in the second quarter.
Like you mentioned, though, Jim, that the only glaring stat negative-wise, other than the rushing yards for CSU Pueblo, was 2 of 5 in the red zone for scoring chances. That's not going to get it done. And this is a conference game, people. This isn't one of those throwaway non-conference. This is a RMAC conference game. And we flew out here with the RMAC Commissioner Chris Graham, and he was amazed that we're starting conference play right away.
So 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for the Thunderwolves. Larson, the quarterback. Russell on his left hip here. Now he shifts over to the right hip. Trips to the right here. They give it to Russell up there. Breaks a tackle. 30. 35-yard line. First down. Good hard run there by Russell. Gains 10. It'll be 1st and 10 Thunderwolves.
Jim, that was that looked like a blocking scheme that was an adjustment by Brian Nadkin, the offensive line coach.
They go quick. Up tempo here. Up the left side line, wide open, caught by Retzlaff inside the 40, just inside the 35, down around the 31-yard line. Blown coverage there by the Hard Rockers.
The guy's been targeted 7 times, and he's caught 7 passes now.
Double wide out each side here. Thunderwolves go up tempo here from the 31-yard line. They give it to Russell off the right side, bounces inside, and a flag down, going to be a hold here on the Thunderwolves. Going to nullify what was a gain of about 7. Instead, it's going to be a 10-yard mark off on the PAC.
Nice little run by Howard Russell, but maybe it was because it was too good of a hole.
So it marks it back to the 41-yard line where it'll be first down and 20 now for the Thunderwolves. See if the Thunderwolves can overcome it here. Double wide out each side, kind of in a stack formation on each side. That means it could want a wide receiver screen to either side here. Hard Rockers show blitz. Now the Thunderwolves change the play call. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure. Flags down. Up the left sideline looking for Nigel Mitchell. And gives the ball inside the 10. He's down to about the 7, but a flag is down here. Are they lined up offside, or was the Thunderwolves in an illegal formation here? The illegal formation on the Thunderwolves. Phil Vio out with his hands outstretched saying, what is the call? What was the problem?
2 plays minus 20 yards now for CSU Pueblo because of penalties.
Actually, so somebody had to have been not covered up. Maybe only 6 men on the line of scrimmage there. They had double wide out to each side, kind of in a stack formation on each side.
Well, I'm guessing the double wide out, maybe one wasn't far enough up on the line of scrimmage.
Right, and they didn't have it covered. So mental error there on the Pack cost them a big play. So now it's first down and 25 from the 46. Middle screen caught by Russell, makes an adjustment inside the 40, puts his head down, bangs his way down to about the 36-yard line, imposing his will after the catch there.
And the explosive speed. He had to break one tackle on and reach for the ball and then exploded.
Thunderwolves up tempo here. Straight drop back by Larson. Looks up the left side, throwing it up for Mitchell. He's in the clear. He's got it. He dropped it.
Oh, he was wide open.
Had it at the 5 and let it slip through the hands. And if there is one bugaboo with Nigel Mitchell, occasionally he drops a ball.
Now remember, he missed all of last year with an injury.
That was a huge drop there. Would have been first and goal inside the 5. Great throw by Larson, too. So now third down and 15 for the Thunderwolves. Double wide out each side. Here comes the blitz. Thunderwolves pick it up initially. Zipped over the middle, incomplete. Retzloff had it slip through his hands there. He would have been well short of the first down. Well, he would have been to the 30. So really not as damaging a drop as you might expect.
It looked like the ball was a little bit behind him, and he was in good coverage.
He spoils this, though. You expect anything he gets his mitts on, he's going to secure. So now the Thunderwolves have to try the old pooch kick here. Punting into the wind. That should be an easy order. Just kick it normally, and the wind should knock it down. Thunderwolves trying to get their blocking assignments lined up. They move. Yep, false start on the Thunderwolves. They were in disarray there. You can see a lot of confusion there. They weren't sure who to block.
Well, Germano was going to get ticketed for that, but they all kind of didn't know what was going on. This drive?
Yeah, penalties.
Throw it away. Minus 25 yards in penalties on this drive alone.
Well, this penalty shouldn't hurt too much. It might actually make it easier for the punter here. Good snap. Here's the kick. And, boy, he hit it too hard. Right down the middle, and it goes into the end zone. That's just a wasted opportunity there for the Thunderwolves. You have to keep that ball on the field of play. Instead, just kicks it into the end zone, so it'll come out to the 20-yard line. So that's a big-time win for the Hard Rockers.
Not only did they come out of the locker room at halftime and not give up points, now they have the wind at their back with some momentum.
And they'll be working with the wind here in this third quarter on this offensive possession. So what looked like a promising start to the third quarter for the Thunderwolves blows up in their face with the penalties and the drop pass. Don't forget that one, too, inside the 5. Extra back in the backfield this time for the Hard Rockers. They're going to try to run it around the right side. The Thunderwolves have it snuffed out. They've got it contained, but able to get forward and get forward. Ball comes out. It's loose. Still loose. They dive around for it. Looks like, who's got it here? Looks like the Hard Rockers able to escape and make the fumble recovery at the 24-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
I thought he was down. I was surprised that they let that play keep going.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 for the Rockers.
That was a nice play by the tailback to make something out of nothing because he was snuffed out.
Boy, Hard Rockers had the first try at it. Then the Thunderwolves had a chance, couldn't quite secure it, and the Hard Rockers able to get on it, watching the replay on the big board. 2nd and 6 from the 24. And again, they give it up the middle, and again, the Thunderwolves, they've been tough to run against in this ball game. Scipio coming off the edge, had some help on the interior as well, along with, I believe it was Seidenberger in there. Yep. Still tough to get used to Seidenberger wearing number 5.
Yeah, they all have different numbers, and it makes me crazy.
So now it's 3rd down and 3 from the 27-yard line for the Hard Rockers, trailing at 14-3, 11:49 to go here in the third quarter. Man in motion left side. Look left, throw it left, and it's incomplete. That ball just kind of slipped out of the hand of Martinelli. It's a timing pass. Got to try to get it to the running back who was in motion over there, Harris, and the ball just flailed away from him.
Again, a great stop by the Thunderwolf defense.
Now we'll see how deep Rakowski lines up. I don't think he's been lining up deep enough on these punts. He's only back about 45 yards. I think you got to get back another 10 yards here. Good snap. Kick is away. Low end over end job, though.
Kicking it away.
Oh, nice high bounce. Rakowski across the 30. Gets a block. 35-40. Breaks a tackle to the 44-yard line. Boy, I'm not sure the idea of the kick that time by the Hard Rockers to kick a low line drive. It took that big giant hop, and Rakowski had all kinds of room.
Again, you got a 25-mile-an-hour wind at your back.
You kick it high.
Get it up there.
He already had, the 74-yarder in this game?
Put it up in the jet stream and let it go.
So 1st and 10 Thunderwolves from their own 44-yard line. Leading the game 14-3. Led it 14-0 before South Dakota Mines got a field goal late in the first half. Each team unable to score on their initial drive of the second half. Thunderwolves with good field position from their own 44. Here's Larson in the gun, trips to the left, looks left, pump fake left, now steps up, and he's going to be sacked. He is crunched, ball's out! And it's covered by the Hard Rockers at the 35-yard line.
He was down. The ball caused the ground caused the fumble. But they're not going to do that. The ground caused the fumble.
Well, here's another look on the big board. See if we can. Boy.
I don't know if this is challengeable, but the ground caused the fumble.
Yeah, Phil Veal's out there wanting the explanation, saying, hey, the ball came out when he.
Oh, now they're saying it's a fumble by Csu-Pueblo.
So a ball at the 36-yard line. The Thunderwolves already threw the challenge flag. Phil Veal threw the challenge flag on the field already.
Now, last time they had to run all the way to the end of the tent to check it out. I don't know if they could get to do that.
And will they be able to zoom this in enough? They're going to have a good look at it here. That the regular view should be good enough to see this.
In real time, he was down.
Looked like when his back hit the ground, then the ball popped out.
Yeah. In real time, that's the way it was.
Yep. Now they got to run down. There's a little tent.
Not even near.
Down in the left end zone underneath the scoreboard. And that's where the referee has got to try to not pull a muscle running down to the end zone.
Well, this would be a big, big turn of events if this fumble's allowed to stand.
Now, if I was the referee, I'd be having trouble here, Joe, because I'm not allowed to run with the two fake hips. That's strictly prohibited. No jogging, although I've done it a couple times.
Well, you walk fast.
Yeah, well, that's what they're doing. They kind of did a run, and then they were out of gas, and they're walking the final 20 yards to get into the tent.
Well, and if the officials are smart, this replay clearly shows that he was down, and they can get bailed out by the replay because the ruling on the field is incorrect. but they don't like to overturn each other. So,
well, if we got people, my official referees that watched the game are Ray Ecker and Don Nacarado. So we'll see if they chime in here and send me a text. If, in fact, it's a Thursday night game during the fair. They could be at the fair. It's a big Commodores concert tonight. We're competing against that for.
That's one of my most favorite lines ever uttered on ESPN is when the Vanderbilt got ranked. And they said they haven't been ranked this high since Lionel Richie was the lead singer, the Commodores.
And, of course, they're not showing the replays up on the big board, which, to me, they should do. Why don't they let the rest of us see it?
Probably for that very reason. You don't want riots here right now.
Well, the biggest replay that last year we had was the Grand Valley State game when the guy was down, right? And they let the play go, and they ended up running it back for a touchdown.
This should be an easy call.
Referee's coming back out on the field now. Both him and I'm not sure who goes back there with him. Is it the umpire?
I'm not sure.
Somebody accompanies him. South Dakota Mines seems to think the call is going to go in their favor. Ruling on the field stands. So the ball they're saying was out or not enough to overrule it. They didn't say confirmed. They just said the ruling on the field stands. There's not enough evidence to overrule the call on the field. That's what that means.
Well, and if Brian Natkin, I got to talk to my offensive line. They swallowed Devin Larson up, the defensive line. Swallowed him up.
So now 11:13 to go here in the third quarter, and it just got a lot more interesting right here. Now, Phil Villa wants the explanation from the referee. He's saying, my video guys, that's what he's pointing up to. My guys are seeing the same replays you're seeing, and they say the ball came out because of the ground, and you're saying something different. Now, what makes my guys different? That's exactly what Phil Vigil is saying to the white hat here. We can see it. We see it on our tablets. How come you can't see it?
I give this white hat credit, though. He takes a lot of explaining. Most of them just say, that's it, and they walk away.
But that's exactly, we can talk about it with Phil on Wednesday night, because he turned and looked and pointed to his booth where his guys are with the same tablets looking at the replay.
Again, know your geography.
So the ball at the 36-yard line. Hard Rockers take over after the turnover. Bring a man in motion across the formation. Roll the pocket right. Looking right. Pass is just thrown away. Good pressure there by Scipio.
Phil Martinelli.
And now flag is down. Could it be grounding? Nope. The official points there was a man in the area, evidently, and the ball got past the line of scrimmage. He was outside the tackle box as well. So 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
I think they need to amp up the pressure. Just Martinelli's has way too much time out there to throw the football.
Nobody in motion this time. They stay set. Straight drop back. Look right. Ball's deflected, and it's caught still inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. Ball was deflected, but Dawson Dunbar, the intended receiver, able to grab it out of the air on the tip drill and get forward down to the 29.
That's how wide open he was, as the ball got tipped, and he still was able to catch it and make a 7-yard gain.
3rd and 3 from the 29-yard line now for the Hard Rockers.
John Nushi came in unabated and just tipped that ball in the air. About overran the quarterback.
Double wide out right, single wide out left. Now a man goes in motion to the left side. They fake the jet sweep. Fire over the middle. Caught first down inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 Hard Rockers. The big tight end on the grab there, and that's Henry Dryden. It's out of Boise, Idaho.
Again, Martinelli way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
1st and 10 Hard Rockers. They're going to run the ball around the left side. Thunderbolts try to string it out, and a flag comes down. Going to be a hold here on the Hard Rockers as Cody Ramming was wrapped up in the backfield.
The defensive end for Csu-Pueblo was grabbed, and right in front of an official, and at least he made the call. It's been a relatively flag-free game, though.
except for that initial drive of this half, and they're all self-inflicted by the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
They were easy calls.
Well, prior to that.
Yeah, exactly. But those are the obvious calls. I think what you're getting at is judgment calls they haven't had to make. They've kind of let them play.
Exactly.
You know, when a guy's illegally moving, you got to call that. And then when it's an obvious hold, you got to call that. It's just a lot of the plays on the edges with the receivers, they've just been letting them go a little bit. Just let them play. So 1st and 20 now for the Hard Rockers from the 33-yard line of the Thunderbolts. 14-3, Pack on top. Jet sweep around the left side and turning the corner inside the 30, 25, 20 down the sideline, down to about the 15-yard line. What a run.
Well, Daniel Bone took a rare bad angle on that and got caught up in the wash and could not make the play. That's not like Daniel Bone.
What a carry that time by Colton Grover. 2nd down and short here. Play action, going for it all, right side up in the air, and it's broken up at the last minute. Good defensive play there by the Thunderbolts. That looked like it's going to be a sure 6. Trying to throw a jump ball there, but Thunderbolts able to make the play.
Well, that's Ben Wilson, a starting corner, a new starting corner for CSU Pueblo. And he's lucky to get called for because he never turned back.
He wears 10, as does Nigel Mitchell. Got a lot of double numbers this year for the Thunderbolts, 6 in total. 3rd down, 3rd and 3. Straight drop back, pressure off the edge, stepping up, they got him. Thunderbolts come up with the sack.
John Nushi.
Along with ramming, but Nushi was the first one there. He might give a half a sack to each one, but
that was all John Nushi, folks. 4th down.
Now do you go for it or you just kick the field goal here? It would be a 42-yard attempt. They bring the field goal unit in.
Well, get you within one score if you make it.
Yep, Connor Taylor from the left hash mark here. Good snap, ball's down, kick is on the way. Drives it right through there. 8:43 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hard Rockers take advantage of the turnover. They make it a one-score game. It's the Thunderbolts 14, South Dakota Mines 6. Thunderbolts football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Well, Thunderbolts continue to dominate in the statistical categories, but they're -2 now in the turnover department. And the kicking game has been a difference in this game. Hard Rockers with 2 field goals. Thunderbolts have missed 2 field goals in the game.
Again, little things, letting teams hang around. That's a terrible start to the half for CSU Pueblo. Your offense gets penalized. Just not good. And then you give up a penalty and then a big play. I'm a little concerned about no pressure on the quarter. They finally got to him once.
Yeah, to give credit to the defense, they're at least coming up with the play there to force the field goal instead of letting them get the touchdown there.
But I also think that that turnover was a bogus call.
Yeah, you tell by how adamant that Phil Vigil was in pointing to the booth saying, hey, we're looking at the same replays you're looking at, yet you won't overrule it.
Well, and I saw it in real time. I mean, he hit the ground.
Yeah, his back hit the ground, and then the ball popped out.
The ball popped out. He's down.
Ball goes out of the end zone on the kickoff. So Thunderbolts take over at the 25-yard line, just trying to survive now this 3rd quarter and get to the 4th quarter with the win.
Well, they had some success running the ball with Howard Russell. They need to go back to that a little bit. I know it's hard when you got those receivers out there. And they're in single coverage. It's hard not to throw to them.
And again, the wind not nearly as big a factor as it was early in the game, but it's still enough to be concerned about. Thunderbolts will run it up the middle to Russell, and he gains maybe a yard.
Well, they have 8 in the box, or 9 in the box that time, the Hard Rocker defense. So that's a tough nut when you've got to go through 9 defenders. You also got to shorten the quarter just a little bit.
So 2nd and 9 for the Pack from the 26-yard line. Double wide out right. Trying to draw them off. Now they'll change the play call. Toscas and Retzlaff wide to the right. Pressure off the edge. They pick it up. Pass right side caught. Short of the first down. Long throw that time to Retzlaff. He's about 2 yards short of the first down. That was a long throw to pick up 7 yards. Actually, they're going to give him the 34, so it's 3rd and a yard. Thunderbolts need to get up there in a hurry and just bang it up there and get the first down. Now the Thunderbolts are trying to change the play call. Yep, you can see the coaches on the sideline going berserk.
Josh Atkinson, the wide receivers coach, was adamant about, hey, look at us.
Big moment in the game here. And Russell is hit in the backfield and thrown for a 3-yard loss. Boy, the South Dakota Mines, they sold out. They ganged up on the line of scrimmage, and the Thunderbolts had no chance, no shot whatsoever there to run that ball for a first down. And again, Joe, that's one of the problems being in the gun as well. I've talked about it in the past. It's always one of my pet peeves. I hate being in the gun on short yardage.
When you need a yard.
Yeah, get up there underneath and run a quarterback sneak. So now it's 4th down and 4 from the 31-yard line. Here's the kick. Low kick. Turns over, though, and it's grabbed at the 38-yard line. But pretty good field position here for the Hard Rockers with 6:39 to go in the third quarter. It's a one-score game. And, boy, it seems like deja vu all over again, Joe. But we had a one-score game here so many times last year in the game against South Dakota Mines, where the Thunder was able to come up with the ultimate big plays at the end and win it 35-20. A little different ball game last year, a little more racehorse game. This one's more of a slugfest.
Well, and it's just all those little things that didn't hurt them they're going to add up. And big penalties, the turnover of the quarterback getting sacked, not getting to the quarterback here. These are things that are starting to add up now. You can't worry about the win. You got to make the plays.
Ball spotted at the 37 of the Hard Rockers. They trail it 14-6, 6:39 to go here in the third quarter. Bring a man in motion. That's the tight end across the formation to the left. Reset. Looks like he's illegally in motion, but they never call that. Pass out in the flat, caught across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That's the old Canadian football play there. You go in motion, you start up the field before the ball snapped.
Yeah, great tackle by Eli Pittman for keeping that to a 4-yard gain. Well, they gave him actually 5.
Yeah, they gave him about 4.5. It's closer to the 42. When football math, Joe's, we all talk about it. If it's across that line, you get to the next one. So it's a 42 officially. Play action, roll to the right. Here comes pressure. Martinelli racing for his life, and he's blasted at the 45-yard line. Able to fall forward, though, to the 46. He was sandwiched there as ramming coming over there. Like Bone was in the area as well. They mark it at the 45, so it's 3rd and 2.
And they're up to the line of scrimmage quick.
Yeah, Thunderbolts looked a little confused across the defensive front. Now they get set. High snap. They go up the middle, and the Thunderbolts stuff it. They throw them for a 2-yard loss. So neither team on short yardage able to convert here in this last 2 series.
That was 2 linebackers, John Nushi and Gary Seidenberger. One got him first, one finished him off.
So 4th down for the Hard Rockers from their own 43-yard line. So turnabout is fair play, I guess.
It doesn't make sense. The Hard Rockers have had success throwing the football for even short gains, and they only need a couple yards. So they try and run it, and they haven't run the ball at all night.
Rugby style, and that one's boomed.
I heard it was somebody yelled, false start.
And ball bounces into the end zone as he kicked that one with the wind, and no doubt about it. So the ball will come out to the 20-yard line with 5:06 to go here in this third quarter. Just a weird game.
Well, you know why Csu-Pueblo's taking their shots, because South Dakota Mines has 4 down linemen, 4 in the linebacker area, and then 1 behind that. So they're playing 9 guys up. And their corners are on an island.
Yeah, they're just putting them out there and daring the Thunderwolves to go over the top of them.
But it's hard to do that when you're throwing into a 20-mile-an-hour wind. But now you got Reggie Retzloff in single coverage with our guy,
Mr. Brooks. Toscas is wide to the left with Rakowski over there left. Straight drop back. They're going to take the shot. Retzloff's over there, and the ball is caught across the 50 down to about the 46-yard line. And Retzloff, boy, you better be careful there. He's kind of woofing at the cornerback. That's when you could get a personal foul call.
Again, single coverage.
Look at the umpire tax, Joe. Mark he takes it back 2 yards to the 47. Oh, I love it. Here's a handoff up the middle. Russell bangs his way across the 45 down to the 43. Let's see where they spot it. It's always an adventure getting the ball spotted here. Didn't take anything away from him that time. So it's 2nd down and 6. Thunderbolts go up tempo here. Straight drop back. Out left side. Oh, dangerous. They tried to throw an out pattern to Rakowski, and the cornerback jumped the route. They're lucky that didn't go for 6 the other way. Will Lester made the breakup.
Will Lester from Arvada woofing it with everyone. I'm like, dude, read the room.
3rd and 6 now for the Thunderwolves. They bring Nigel into the game. They take out the tight end, Dvorak. Thunderwolves go with a little more speed here. A double wide out to each side. Russell is the back here. They show blitz. Only rush 4. Pass over the middle. Caught for the first down and more. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. It's the touchdown maker for the Thunderwolves. Who else would you expect? But it's Reggie Retzloff.
Reggie Retzloff.
There's another look at it, Joe. Thread the needle, and then he breaks the tackle, splits the defense, and he's got some wheels.
He had separation speed right there. He ran away from the defense. Once he broke that tackle, he ran away from the defense.
Huge play in this ball game right there by the Thunderwolves. What a strike.
He's wearing number 1, Cookie's number, and he had kind of Cookie acceleration right there. Great answer drive by Csu-Pueblo.
Yeah, had to have it. Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. 4:17 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Thunderwolves answer with a touchdown. They put the score on the wrong side on the scoreboard. There's 21-6. We got a stoppage here. Let's see what this is about. And while they're pointing up at the score, hey, get the scoreboard right. The referees are saying, we have nothing to do with that.
He's saying, look, we know we've already been screwed 4 times by the officials. You can't do it by that way either. We all know what the score is.
All right, timeout on the field. Thunderbolts on top, 21-6 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Kickoff inside the 10, slipping but able to keep on his feet. Now breaking a tackle and getting out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Turned out to be a pretty good return there by Ty Harris. He was in big-time trouble when he slipped inside the 10.
And he looked like he was going to lose his balance. That ball seemed to travel pretty well in the wind right there, that kickoff.
Yeah, it was pretty good boot. So the wind definitely not. And you look at the little flags on the goalpost, Joe, they're starting to lay a little more limp here.
In the east end, they're blowing a little bit, but on the west end, they're limp.
Yeah, what's that all about?
I don't know. We're in a wind tunnel, apparently, because it's blowing here and it's not blowing there.
Well, I got to figure it out.
Maybe it's being blocked by the...
All right. Retzloff with 3 touchdowns in the game.
Our little birdie, who's the big birdie, Ben Greenberg, saying that Reggie's 2 receptions shy of a single-game record for the Thunderwolves and 1 TD shy.
That's pretty awesome. It's a way to start the season. Handoff right side, and the Thunderwolves' run defense has been stout in this game. Daniel Bones celebrate. He loves it. He knows it's a chance for the defense now to just kind of put a stranglehold on this game here, then get a quick 3 and out, get their hot offense right back out on the field, and finally put this game to bed. 21-6, Thunderwolves on top.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Rockers for the 22.
Thunderwolves show blitz. Here comes Nushi up the middle. They pick him up, pass right side, and that's incomplete. That's all because of the pressure. Martinelli had to get rid of it. He knew Nushi was coming up the middle. Also flying in there for the Thunderwolves was Feeney. That'll make you scared right there when Feeney. He's like a crazy maniac.
I just wonder what
I say that in the most flattering of ways.
I wonder what he says to him when he's lining up. Because you know he talks.
He's snarling.
You know
he's
he
spitting.
I wonder if they call him Grandpa. You know, he's been around for so long.
He has been around a while. Third and 10, rather. Look left, fire left, broken up. Good defense there by the Thunderwolves.
And you know what that was? That was a great stunt defensively. Both linebackers did a twist, and both defensive tackles did a twist. They had no idea who to block on that play. I think I got this Rakowski feeling.
Yeah.
That he's just going to go.
He needs to break one here, isn't he? Well, last time he learned his lesson, punted with the wind and boomed it over his head into the end zone. The one that killed him this half was when he hit the low line drive and it took the big high bounce. Goes high with this one, but it's going to be a chance for Rakowski. He's got a little cushion. 35, breaks the tackle, 40, gets to the outside, breaks another tackle, 45, 50-yard line. Good return.
I don't know if you noticed the wall that Csu-Pueblo sets up on the edges on punt returns. Their players just stand there. They don't engage. They form like a wall, like a receiving line, and he just kind of runs behind or on
exactly,
the side
and don't get.
They don't touch
give a chance to get a holding call or an illegal block call. Yeah.
They don't touch anybody. They just kind of like if you ever played flag football competitively, where you can't touch but you could shadow block. That's what they're doing.
Thunderwolves, they have definitely won the field position battle in this game. They take over at midfield. Double wide out right, single wide out left. That's Dvorak in motion to the right. Wide receiver screen, and here we got a chance with Nigel Mitchell breaking tackles, 40, 35, cuts back, spin move inside the 30, down to about the 26-yard line. That's the Nigel Mitchell we remember right there. Putting him in the spin cycle, Joe.
You want to know if Nigel Mitchell's back? Look at that speed.
And they mark it back to the 27-yard line. Straight drop back. Over the middle, intercepted and dropped. Trying to go to Toscas over the middle, and that was an easy interception for the safety, and he just dropped it. And there's a reason why you're playing linebacker and defensive back, right?
I don't think he saw him because that was an underneath. I think he saw the guy over the top, and the guy kind of slid out underneath him. I don't think he saw him.
So Larson happy that he dropped that one. Boy, he's made some big-time throws in this game. He's impressed me on a few passes here in this game, more than a few.
Single coverage to the top of the
they show safety blitz. They were in the neutral. That's got to be offside.
It is.
Pass right side, and it's into the end zone, and another flag comes down. Is it a touchdown? No, incomplete. Got to be interference here. It's got to be offside against. But to me, when you're in the neutral, they should have blown the play dead there. Usually that's when you cause the defender to move, but maybe the offensive player didn't move there. But definitely in the neutral zone.
Xavier Marshall, I thought, came down with that ball.
I think it squirted out, Joe, right at the very end. Well, maybe they'll throw the replay here, but I thought he had it too for a moment.
That was just a simple offside call, wasn't it?
Well, 2 fouls on the play, so they got to sort them out. Yep. Oh, come on. What? What? Thunderwolves' entire coaching staff saying, how is that interference on the Thunderwolves? Oh, well.
Get in the hardware store tomorrow.
Oh, my God. I know. There's a video I'm supposed to be watching, but we're not on the RMAC network tonight. We're on the radio. So I guess the difference, I think. Straight drop back. Larson able to get away. Flags come down. Pass down to the goal line, and it is caught at the 2-yard line by Mitchell, but a flag in the backfield. Could it be holding on the Thunderwolves, or could it be illegal hands to the face here on the Hard Rockers?
Illegal contact maybe on the Hard Rockers?
No. Again, that's the second time in this second half the Thunderwolves have had an illegal formation, which has nullified a big play.
I'm just thinking that somebody on the far side is not either all the way up or all the way off. You got to differentiate.
And you got to check with the. I think you just check with the line judge over there. You ask him, "Am I all right?" And they'll tell you. So I think that's something the Thunderbolts receivers need to do. They need to check to make sure they're legal. 2nd and 15. Wide receiver screen. Toscas has it. Stiff arm, breaks a tackle, puts his head down, but he stepped out of bounds, I think, back here at the 27. Yep.
Well,
he got it down to the 23, but he stepped out of bounds at the 27. So now 3rd and 11. Thunderbolts hurried this play up. Pass left side caught. Rakowski inside the 20 down to about the 19-yard line. You notice that, Joe, Thunderbolts ran that play. The Hard Rocks, none of them were set.
No, that was like that 52 spaghetti. You just.
Thunderbolts again rush it up. They're going to go for it here. Hand the ball to Russell. He puts his head down. No, that's not Russ. Virgin. Virgin has the first down. Excuse me. Virgin into the ball game. First and 10 for the Thunderbolts at the 14-yard line. We got to give a memo to Ben. He needs to write things down on a note.
Because I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, you got to write it on a note for us. Shorthand. I'll
or
tell
just
him about
the
that.
index cards.
Yeah.
We've got a timeout for the Hard Rockers.
Well, their defense in total disarray here. We'll take a timeout with them. 1:21 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderbolts lead it 21-6. Thunderbolts football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Thunderbolts flare the ball out left side to Russell. Nice cut back inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! What a run after the catch by Howard Russell as he takes the little flare pass out to the left side, breaks a tackle at the point of attack, and then races on into the end zone.
Just a little slice and dice by Howard Russell. You know, he's been dancing the whole game. So now he got to dance into the end zone.
He slices, he dices, he Julian fries, Joe.
It's the fair time. So you can go in the Ag Palace and buy that.
The one you buy never has the sharp blades on
No.
it. The one you see. Extra point try here. Another touchdown pass for Devin Larson. That's his 4th of the game. Kick is up. And it is good. 1:14 to go here in the third quarter. And the Thunderbolts starting to pull away here as they lead it 28-6. What a huge turn of events there, Joe. Able to overcome that 3rd and long to get it 4th and short. And the Hard Rockers in total disarray on defense. Thunderbolts going with that up-tempo. And
well, they were backing up as the ball was being set. And give Devin Larson credit. He had him up to this line of scrimmage and said, let's go, go, go.
And that just goes to show you, when you're playing quarterback, it's a lot more than just throwing the ball around. It's running the game and recognizing things like that. And he has been brilliant here in the second half in this up-tempo offense.
It's been fun to watch. What's great is when Jim and I were down on the field talking to Braley Brown, the offensive coordinator, before the game, he said, this is what we're going to do tonight. They do not allow you to run the football against them because they put 9 in the box. They leave their corners on an island, and we have these giant, talented wide receivers.
Yes,
so what do? We throw to these giant, talented wide receivers. And then if they get double covered, you got a slot guy like Zach Rakowski. You got a running back who can catch the ball like Howard Russell. And we haven't even mentioned Tyler Dvorak, and he's had a great game too.
Well, we'll talk all about it on Wednesday night. It's the Pack Football Show from Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. Ryan Howard will be back. Ryan, we missed you last week. We're happy to get you back there.
We love Ryan.
And we'll be there 6 o'clock Wednesday night. Hope you can join us. Come on out and join us.
Look, fair catch.
And that means it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me about the initial show. I do have 3/4 of it done. Another inside memo to Aaron. Aaron, if you could find segment 2 and email that to me, I can put the original show on, because we had, our nice guests that first week, Bone and Rakowski.
Rakowski and Bone, two guys that we've never heard of.
So we can get that. I got that kind of in the hopper, but this week was a hellacious week for yours truly with all the stuff that's just going on. We had computer meltdowns at Don's Sport Car. Again, thanks to Don and Arlene for allowing me to get away and do these ball games on a work day.
That's
travel.
their own kind of sponsorship.
Yeah, that's kind of that's where they get their mention right there. And we appreciate it.
Eli Pittman's got to get off Ben Wilson needed to get off the field.
Fake the jet sweep, and they hand it up the middle. And the Thunderwolves' run defense has been amazing. We've been talking about South Dakota Mines and their run defense in the game, but the Thunderwolves have not been overshadowed in the least with their run defense.
Yeah, James Turrentine right there. Okay, he's a defensive tackle, and he was 3 yards deep in the backfield. So that tells me the Hard Rockers are getting tired up front because Csu-Pueblo has played a lot of players tonight.
2nd down and 12 from the 23. Bring a man in motion. They're going to run it around. That's a hold. They don't call it. I mean, the defensive end there for the Thunderwolves just being flung around there. That was Gage Hill.
Yeah, he's like,
he's looking at the field like, what was that, Mr. Referee?
Too bad he's not a large human being. It's 6'5", 300.
Man.
The senior from Altoona, Pennsylvania.
3rd and 5 from the 30. Here comes pressure up the middle, pass over the middle, caught, and big time hit. Man, oh man, they make him pay a price. They get the first down, but smashing hit there by the Thunderwolves.
Donovan English with the big shoulder tackle.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It was a good third quarter for the Thunderwolves. They've blown the game open in some respects. They lead it 28-6. Fourth quarter is next.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Welcome back to Rapid City. 1st and 10 Hard Rockers from their own 40-yard line, stepping into it over the middle, and it was broken up. Good defensive play. Flag comes down, though. They're going to call interference on the Thunderwolves here. That looked like a great timing play, breaking the pass up.
Keith McCaney was there, but he might have been there too quick.
Got some updates here from Ben Greenberg. What do you got there,
Devin
Joe?
Larson sets school record in passing yards. I don't know if that's 417 or 717. I'm guessing it's 417.
Yep.
And
I can't read that.
First 4 TD passing game in school history. I can't believe that's true.
I don't know.
We'll have to tell Ben that.
We have to get.
Well, and I think he probably thinks he had to hurry.
Yeah.
We did tell him we got plenty of time, bro.
Straight drop back. 1st and 10 here after the penalty on the Thunderwolves. Back shoulder throw incomplete. They did call interference on the Thunderwolves on that pass breakup.
And they just went right back at Keith McCaney. And he just said, not this time. There's nothing more beautiful to see if you're an opposing coach, if you're a visiting coach on the road, to see taillights.
Yeah, people leaving you. Exactly.
There's taillights.
2nd and 10, low snap and handled by Martinelli. Steps up over the middle, caught, and enough. Well, these Thunderwolves safeties, they punish you. If you're going to dare come across the middle, you might catch one once in a while, but Peyton Shaw there just lit up the receiver. Gains 8 on the play, but he paid a heck of a price.
Yeah, they're not getting many yards after catch, unlike the Thunderwolves.
Thunderwolves rush everybody here, but they have the right play call. They complete it. Good adjustment there by the backup tailback, getting the first down. And that's Dunbar getting forward for the first down to the 30-yard line. Good play there by Martinelli, recognizing the blitz and getting it to the right guy.
Give the Hard Rockers credit. They guessed right on that play.
They handed the Dunbar up the middle, and he gains 2 on the play, maybe 3. Let's see where they spot it. It'll be 2nd down and 7. They're going to mark it at the 27-yard line. 28-6, Thunderwolves lead it. 13:50 to go here in the fourth quarter.
2nd and 8 from the 28-yard line.
Martinelli looks it over. Now he's set, brings a man in motion across the formation to the left. Straight drop back.
He wants
Sets
to take
his
a
feet.
shot.
Now fires to the end zone. Incomplete. Good coverage there by the Thunderwolves. Don't woof and talk. That's going to get you a penalty. Thunderwolves still yapping a little bit there, and that's, of course, Peyton Shaw. Just act like you've done it before, you know. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Hard Rockers. Ball's at the 27. They need the 20 for the first down. Thunderwolves rush 5.
It was tackled.
Here's a throw it up for grabs and incomplete. Man, they just tackled the interior rusher for the Thunderwolves blitzing through there, and that was Seidenberg. And Seidenberg is chatting with the referee saying, come on, man. They just tackled him coming through the line.
They're going to go for it on this 4th down because obviously they have to now. They're in go broke mode.
You hear the PA guy saying 4th and 8, but they need the 20. The ball's at the 27. I can add, Joe. 7 yards.
My math teacher, misinformation.
Straight drop back. Here come they rush the house, pass over the middle, incomplete, almost intercepted.
And it's good that it wasn't because they saved
get better yards.
20 yards on that.
Pass break up by Isaiah Herford.
Great stand by the Thunderbolts defense. How many times we say that tonight?
Yeah, defense has played awesome. Offense has had some struggles at times, but then they've been really good at other times. The last couple drives have been really good.
Well, the answer drive after the field goal was key.
And then you look at their offense. You miss 2 field goals. You bring in the backup quarterback. It throws a pick on the goal line. You know, it
2 for 5
in the red zone.
Now you're trying to run it out if you can.
You're going to pass. Caught. Tosca's going to get no gain on the play.
Keeps the clock moving, though. We're still at 13 minutes. Again, the Titanic on AMC.
Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Yeah, a lot of the cars making their way out of the drive-in theater here right now.
You know, that's the bad thing when you get to park so close is when you leave, it's very noticeable.
A lot of Thunderwolf regalia here in the ball game. There's a handoff up the middle. Not much there, and spun down for a loss for the Pack.
That's Corey Burrell. You know, he's a transfer from Henderson State. And, you know, Henderson State's a good football program.
Yeah.
So that's Division II, and he transferred in. And he just brought a ton of depth and experience to the running back room, especially losing Keon Martinez for the season. Talk to Keon, though. He's ready to come back.
Yeah,
he's ready to rehab it.
Loss of 3 there, so it's 3rd and 11 now for the Thunderwolves. Trying to draw them offside, clapping the hands as Larson trying to get anybody to move. Now they change the play call. They look over to the sideline. They recognize the defense they got. They adjust the running back Burrell to the left hip, fake it to him. Going to throw it up to the left sideline, trying to break free. Retzlaff has it. There's a flag down. It's going to be interference
offensive
on South Dakota Mines, I believe. They cannot possibly call this offensive interference, can they?
You know, there was a little bit of separation there, and I don't know if they're going to call Reggie on that or not. The way the game has gone so far.
And it is going to be interference. Doesn't matter. Now the penalty call will be declined because Retzlaff made the grab all the way down to the 34-yard line.
That's when you can make a call and know it's not going to matter because they're going to take the result of the play. But again,
so Larson just adding to his gaudy numbers here in this game. Straight drop back, pump fake. Now he's going for it all. He's going for Toscas, tries to make the adjustment, and he's got it inside the 5 at the 2-yard line. Another interference call coming up here against South Dakota Mines. They have no answer for these bookend wide receivers for the Thunderwolves. That's no contest, Joe.
Oh, they're calling offensive pass
Oh, you got
interference.
no way.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Put that up on the board, please.
Right. Retzloff sets a school record for 242 receiving yards. We're just gonna tell Ben we can't read some of it, but I appreciate it though.
Doing a great job though.
242 receiving yards by Reggie Retzloff tonight, and not done.
How is that offensive pass interference?
Because you got to know your geography.
Clue.
They're doing everything they can.
I don't know. Of course, they don't put that replay up on the board.
Josh Atkinson is beside himself.
Yeah, that's it.
He's fighting for his guys.
Yeah, that is just. Here's a handoff left side.
That's Corey and Burrell.
And he is still letting them have it. The side judge down here on this side calling offensive pass interference on that play when the defensive back is draped all over him the whole way. Oh. 2nd down and 23 here. Larson going to run with it. Now fires, and
that's caught.
Don't signal first down because they'll throw you for a penalty. That's Toscas with a great grab. He's short of the first down, but he's able to scoop that up there on the sideline.
That was a great catch.
I mean, Retzloff and Toscas, you got to be kidding me. They run the read option there, and Burrell taken down for a loss back at the 30-yard line. Thunderbolts have had problems with their kicking game in this game. I don't think you risk trying a field goal and get it blocked and run back here. I think you go for it.
Or this is the perfect time to try and let him iron something out. No, you're up enough. I don't know. I'm that guy. It's like, let's put him in the situation, see how he does. But, of course, Braley Brown saying, let's go for it.
Murkowski and Mitchell into the game. Retzloff wide to the left. Toscas wide to the right. 4th down and 7. Pressure off the head, down the middle. Caught Nigel Mitchell in traffic. Makes the grab down to the 12-yard line. What a strike by Larson, threading the needle, Joe, and Mitchell making a great catch in between defenders.
We love Nigel Mitchell. We loved him before, then he got hurt, and we were heartbroken that he was out for a season. Nice to see him back.
Wide receiver screen. Rakowski dropped it. Tried to run with it before he had it.
I heard some Hard Rocker fans yelling holding. I'm like, wait.
That was
You've had every benefit of every doubt in the history of football tonight.
So 2nd down and 10 now for the Thunderwolves from the 13 officially. 28-6, Thunderwolves lead it with 9:26 to go here in the 4th quarter.
The 13-yard line.
Retzloff in motion. Larson keeps it. Now just flips it incomplete, and he gets blasted on the play.
Gets helped up, though. Nice.
Tried to get it to Dvorak there on a little sidearm flip.
You know, that play looked pretty good, but I think Devin Larson kind of stepped up instead of stepped out, and that brought the defender in play.
So now it's 3rd down and 10 from the 13.
Still get a first down.
Retzloff wide to the left. Rakowski going to join him over there. Mitchell and Toscas wide to the right here.
They got twins to the right and nobody covering.
And now they try to get over there. Now they got too many guys over there. The middle of the field's open. Thunderbolts trying to get it snapped. Now they slow down. And the ball's botched, picked up. Look out. Larson running for his life. Rolls to his left. Now fires back into the end zone. Caught.
Holy cow.
Touchdown. What a catch.
Taylor Toscas
able to make the catch. Touchdown, Thunderwolves.
You know, we've seen a lot of great receivers in our time during CSU Pueblo, but this could be something special that we're seeing here tonight.
You know, Colorado Mines wants to think they have the best receiving core.
Well, they got
maybe
McLeod.
1 through 6, maybe, but they don't have these two guys.
No, they got McLeod, and he's an all-conference player. He's an All-American. So, I mean, he's a great player.
Yeah.
But what we're seeing tonight, this could be the start of something special.
Ball's down. Kick is up. And it is good. 9:13 to go here in the 4th quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 35-6. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back. Dunham Field here in Rapid City, South Dakota. Joe, look at those gaudy numbers for the Thunderwolves. What you want to look at first, the receivers or the quarterback?
I like Devin Larson has 30 completions tonight. That is a school record. He's also thrown for 508 yards and 5 touchdowns. And then Reggie Retzloff has 11 catches for 241 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Taylor Toskins has 11 catches for 151 yards and 1 touchdown. Holy cow. Air pack.
Man, oh man, there was, the quarterback battle, who was going to win the job. Well, I tell you, who's got the job now for a while.
Yeah,
It's tough to unseat that guy.
When you're the head coach, that's when you go,
Good
see,
call. Yeah,
I'm the guy. Yeah, I mean, I look really, really good right now.
Here's the kickoff. High kick. Fair catch taken at the 9, so that moves it out to the 25.
You know, and the thing we got to remember is CSU Pueblo did not play a perfect game by any means.
No.
But how fun is it to correct your mistakes off a victory like this?
Exactly. And they say that's the old cliche. The biggest improvement you make is from game 1 to game 2. If that's the case, what are we going to see next week? Well, they're going to have to be better because the team they're playing is a dynamite ball club.
Exactly. You got the defending Lone Star champ next week. You got Grand Valley State the week after that. And then you got Mesa, your vaunted can't stand Mesa, the week after that. So you have to be ready.
Yeah. Here in this critical months of August and September for Thunderwolves football. Blitz off the edge. Pass caught and a big hit on the side. Yeah, I'd celebrate that hit too.
Is that Mateus Bug? I don't see who made that tackle. No, it was Donovan English.
Yep. Donovan out of Cucamonga, California. Rancho Cucamonga.
Isn't that what
true
the
freshman.
Turtle sent? No, they was Cowabunga.
Rancho Cucamonga.
No, I know.
Oh, were you thinking something else? Oh, you're making up something?
The Teenage Mutant.
Oh, yes. It's
Cowabunga.
okay. Yeah, all right. I got you.
Come on, Jim.
I know. I'm sorry.
Trying to bring the kids.
I know. You're trying to keep the kids
Keep the kids interested.
11-yard gain, 1st and 10. It's off the line. It's a 35-yard line.
There's a pass over the middle. And that's when you know that safety's coming to light you up, and you just kind of alligator arm.
That was alligator arms. Isaiah Pittman had a beat.
He had him
he had a beat.
Dead to rights if he did
and Donovan
catch it.
Guyton was in coverage, and he was not far off either.
2nd and
8:18
10.
to go here in the fourth quarter. 35-6. Thunderwolves on top. Play action. Blitz off the edge. Pass in the air. Incomplete. Almost intercepted. Thunderwolves had a big chance. And I tell you, the guy that's going to be kicking himself is going to be Noah Purcell. He had a chance there on the tip drill.
Say, Noah, there's a reason why you're a linebacker.
Noah just kind of patting his helmet, saying, man, oh man, that could have been glory.
Got a high Hawaii, Noah Purcell, who's played everywhere tonight.
Played a little fullback earlier in the game.
Special teams, defense.
Always good to have that Hawaii connection for Thunderwolves football. Over there on the islands, we welcome you to the broadcast here on iHeartRadio. Right side. And he completed it again. That's the wide receivers. No, they're not going to risk their lives in a 35-6 game like that and go up and just get separated.
They're going to talk to Martelli on the bench. Dude, come on. Really?
The Thunderwolves defense, they played a whale of game here tonight.
Yeah, lost in all this offensive gaudiness is an incredible effort by the defense.
Well, the defense played great long enough to allow the offense. Fake punt. Running around the right side and first down. The fake punt works.
You know, I'm not sure I burned the fake punt down this, put it on tape for somebody to look at.
And that was Caleb Tischler.
I want to see who's leading in tackles.
Ball placed at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10, Hard Rockers from the 49.
Oh, I'll give you one guess. Daniel Bone.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Pass over the middle, almost intercepted.
Donovan Guyton had his hands on it. He could have scored.
Pass intended for Stern. Ball's incomplete.
He had nothing but daylight between him and the goal line. And that was 60 yards away.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Straight drop back, stepping up in the pocket. Now he'll run with it. Martinelli puts his head down, gets forward to about the 42-yard line. He'll be 3 yards short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 3.
That was Bryson Torrey at linebacker, and that was a great breakdown of a tackle where he just had to open field, break him down, and make the play.
3rd and 3 for the Hard Rockers.
Gage Hill now comes in for Josiah Sampleton. Now they're throwing lots of guys at this offense.
Play action. Pass incomplete. Oh, then Noah Purcell with the big hit on the tight end after he dropped it. 4th down.
The tight end got hit and didn't catch it. The quarterback got hit right after he threw it.
Thunderbolts are hitting anything that moves out there. 4th down and 3. Now from the 42-yard line. 35-6 Thunderbolts on top. Stay tuned. Thunderbolts post-game show. Joe Cervi will have an interview with head coach Phil Vigil plus the star of the game that he determines.
Well,
maybe 2.
Or maybe
we'll see how it goes.
I'm a Reggie Retzloff guy, but Devin Larson.
Yeah.
Somebody got to get you the ball, right? Oh,
right at the line to make here. I think he got it by a yard. Good run there by Martinelli. He hasn't quit. He played hard on that play. Took the shot, but got the first down. Just got an interesting text. I see a picture of John Riston in the booth at the CU game tonight with Mark Johnson and the new chancellor. That's CU.
Good for Risto.
He's with Mark Johnson in the booth. How's that CU game going? They were down earlier.
They're up 11.
Pass right side. Back shoulder throw caught. Inside the 30 down to the 20. Well, we trust John Riston has got his iHeart Radio app on, listening to the broadcast while he is at the CU game. So, John, if that's the case, go ahead and text us right now. This is your test.
Mark Johnson, CU football.
Holy cow! 1st and 10 to the 25. Straight drop back. Now flush from the pocket and just throws it away.
He wasn't outside the tackle boxes, and the ball didn't reach the line of scrimmage, and there was nobody in the area, but they didn't call it. He was 0 for 3 on not grounding, and he still didn't get called for it.
I'm with you. I have to restrain myself at times.
Well, it's easy to deal with these when you're blowing somebody out,
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to take.
Here comes pressure, but they just tackle. They don't throw the flat. Ball's intercepted.
He caught it, and it is intercepted.
The right tackle just tackling Cody Ramming coming off the edge.
That ball is an interception. Now they got to talk about it.
1 foot came down in, 1 foot came down out, but all you need is one. But which foot hit first? Did the outside foot hit out of bounds? Yep, that's what they're going to say. Joe, I think the first foot down was out of bounds and the second foot was inbounds. I think that is the interpretation.
Of course not.
Will they show that up on the big board? I'm thinking that's the case. I think the first foot down was out of bounds. The second foot came down real quickly after that inbounds, and that's the reason they came in and discussed it and overruled the interception. But that still doesn't – there was holding on the right tackle and they just didn't call it.
Trying to figure out why they keep stopping play.
Are they going to review it?
No, I don't think so.
They don't know what down it is. They're trying to get that straight here. 3rd down, okay.
It's first game for the officials, too, this year.
3rd and 10, Hard Rockers to the 25.
Thunderbolts is going to send the house. They're all lined up on the line of scrimmage. They got more people that they can block, but 3 of them drop out of coverage. Here's a pass over the middle, and that one's intercepted. Are they going to give this one to him? And I think they are going to give this one to Donovan English. He sold out on that one, made a great diving catch. And the ball finally to the Thunderbolts. It took a while to finally get the things lined up for him to get the ball. And English with a diving interception at the 12-yard line. Capping off what has been a tremendous night for the Thunderbolts defense. A lot of reserves coming into the ball game now for the Thunderbolts, and we got a new quarterback in the game, Cameron Smith. Roman Fuller. God, these double numbers. I look down at my roster and I automatically see the first one to look at, but it's Roman Fuller who is the quarterback. Pass caught. Tied in, out across the 20 to the 25-yard line. That's the backup tied in for the Thunderwolves, and that would be Darian Martin. He's out of Fountain Fort Carson High School. So first pass of his Thunderwolves career for Roman Fuller is a strike.
And we know he has a cannon. We've been told that he has a cannon.
And they give the ball a nice adjustment there on the run.
It might have been Emmanuel Fincher.
Junior out of McKinney, Texas.
That's exactly who that was.
Fincher wears number 17. Got some other backups into the game here for the Thunderwolves. You got Kennedy Lewis into the game. He's out of Pearland, Texas. He's a wide receiver.
Milking the clock now, as they should.
We already mentioned Darian Martin, who caught a ball earlier on this drive. I think I inadvertently called him a tight end. He's actually a slot receiver. Wide receiver screen, right side, caught. Here's one of those new receivers into the ball game. And that would be, of course, Kennedy Lewis. He wears number 11, as does John Nushi. So a lot of 6 double numbers in all for the Thunderwolves.
From the 30-yard line.
Joe Cervi has left the booth. He's heading down to the field. He'll have our post-game interviews. Third down and about 5. Pass caught on the sideline, first down. What a strike by Fuller that time. On a line to Kennedy Lewis. That shows you the arm talent right there that Roman Fuller has. This guy's a big-time player from, played at Tulsa, played at Washington last year. Diced them up a little bit. He looks the part. 6'4", 215-pound senior. He's out of Decatur, Texas. Slow snap, gets the ball. Oh, that's a nice delivery out on the left side. Ball caught across the 45, out to around the 48-yard line. That's how you deliver a screen pass right there as Fuller. That showed me something there. Might think it's just a simple play, but he led Emmanuel Fincher, hit him in stride. And he gets 12 yards on the play out to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Thunderwolves.
1st and 10, Thunderwolves for the 49-yard line.
Thunderwolves letting some clock run here. Ball handed up the middle. And a gain of about 3, and that's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning. Thunderwolves lead it 35-6. Thunderwolves football on Fox.
You are listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Rapid City. Thunderwolves putting a bow on this one. They lead it 35-6. They can go into victory formation here if they want, but I think they still want to get, you got to get Roman Fuller some work here. Let him run the offense a little bit. Send a man in motion. Looks right, fires right. Ball caught by Fincher. Across the 50, cuts back inside. Down to about the 44-yard line. Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Now we've got an injured hard rocker on the play. And looks like either linebacker or safety. I can't quite get the number here. Yeah, okay. So that's Caden Vinduska. So injury timeout here. Again, stay with us for our Thunderwolves postgame show. Joe Cervi will have the interview with Phil Vigil, also our star of the game interview as well. We'll do the highlights that Aaron Kinnitschtzke, our producer and engineer, has been compiling throughout the evening. If we have time, we'll do some stats and get up on out of here. Tell you where we're going to be next week. So South Dakota Mines now taking a timeout. So again, some of the numbers in this game for the Thunderwolves. Incredible game for Larson throwing the ball tonight for the Thunderwolves. Devin Larson, 30 of 45, 508 yards, 5 touchdowns. Fuller's coming into the game here. He's 5 for 5 for 40 yards. And there's not a lot of drop-up if you have to go to Fuller at some point during this season. This guy can sling it. Receiving tonight, Retzlaff, 11 for 241 yards, 3 touchdowns. Toscas, 11 catches for 151 yards and a touchdown. Russell caught the other touchdown out of the backfield. He's got 2 catches for 23. Dvorak, 1 for 29. Rakowski, 3 for 24. All right, we're ready to go again here. From the gun, they hand the ball up the middle. And Fincher gets forward. He's got the first down, so that'll enable the Thunderwolves now to go into victory formation here with 1:34 to go in the ball game. It moves the sticks. So ball at the 40-yard line. Now the Thunderwolves set in their victory formation crew. Letting the clock run down here. There's still 15 on the play clock, 1:15 to go in the game. So they'll just have to take a knee twice here, and that'll do it. That's knee number 1. For Roman Fuller. So he's perfect in his Thunderwolf career. 5 for 5 here, coming up to wrap things up here late. So the 2 new quarterbacks for the Thunderwolves, you add their stats together, 35 for 50. 548 yards. That's not bad. There's the second knee taken, and that will do it. Thunderwolves win it 35-6. Stay tuned. Thunderwolves postgame show is next on Fox Sports Pueblo. And let's head down. Well, let's see. Joe's not looking at me here yet. He's still waiting for his other guest to come on over. So we'll hold it here for a second. Almost ready for Joe. We got out of the break pretty quick because I went to it earlier. He's getting his guests lined up. Go ahead, Joe.
Congratulations, way to open the 2024 season with a conference victory on the road.
Oh man, proud of these guys. It wasn't pretty, but we found a way to get it done. Proud of offense and defense. We left a lot of points still out there tonight, and I think we set a school record for throwing yards tonight, which is pretty awesome. Defense balled out all night long. They played their hearts out, and just happy and excited for these guys. I was excited to watch them come out and fly around, and they put on a show.
2 of 5 in scoring chances red zone in the first half. A lot of mistakes that you in the first game. What you doing at second half?
It's what I told them. It's about the pack. It's about us. We were hurting ourselves more than anything else. And we've got to be able to limit the mistakes. And if we do the same thing over the next 2 weeks, it's going to be tough because we're going to be facing some really good opponents over these next 2 weeks that are all ranked and conference champs and playoff contenders. And so we got to fix them. There's no doubt.
Well, the big secret coming into tonight was who was going to get the nod at signal caller for you at quarterback, and you went with Devin Larson, a kid you knew, played for you at Western New Mexico. All he does is come in and throw for 500 plus and sets a school record.
Proud of him. He just took what the defense gave him all night. They were going to load the box, and we've got some serious playmakers on the edge, as you saw tonight, and he just let it rip, and those guys went up and made some plays, and they made some unbelievable plays. They made Devin look pretty good tonight on some of those throws. So we'll get in the film room and clean some of that up, but proud of him, proud of his first game as a pack, and I think this is it's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. We're bringing it out, and if we're going to talk to somebody around for top.
Man, it was a great effort by the defense. We have so many guys. We got 30 guys, honestly, that start on a lot of RMAC programs, and we just all have to be selfless. We got to get a lot of guys involved, and I think that's going to keep us fresh well into December. Honestly, it'd be, we got split the stats, split the love, split the playing time. And we're just so deep. We have so many guys on the D line. We got so many guys at linebacker, so many guys in the back four. We're just a really deep team right now. Make big plays, and I'm just happy to be on this team. Like you said, I've been here for 7 years. It's the best team I've been on, and I think it's.
Well, it's got the defense pick up numbers like they were tonight.
Absolutely, we got them behind, and then just kind of rushed the passer. But their O-line was outmatched tonight. We were way better. So their quarterback was getting the ball out quick because he was under a lot of pressure. So they really had 1-2 seconds to get it out, or somebody was going to get there.
This with your. He's used to doing these interviews. He's been around a little bit, and Reggie kind of had fun tonight.
Yeah, football's fun. It's good to be back, and it's a lot of fun with our receiver room. I mean, I love the guys in the room, and I mean, Devin, we can't speak enough about the 100 yards is insane in a debut, and I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun the entire season.
At one point, you targeted 9 times with 9 catches. It looked like you guys knew that you were going to come out and test their corners one-on-one because that's how they were going to play, and you made them pay.
I mean, we pride ourselves on winning one. As an offense, if teams are going to challenge us one-on-one, we'll take that all the time because we really love our receiver room. I mean, Taylor, you can't speak enough to him. Nigel probably had the most highlights called back that I've ever seen. And then, Big Zach, he had a quiet night, but he's still one of the best receivers in the country, and people have to respect him.
It's hard to say that you're not and we got to stave that for the newcomer here at CSU. Well, this Devin Larson, quarterback in CSU history to throw for 500 yards in a game, and we're going to walk closer here so we get a better signal. But Devin, it was a battle to see who was going to start at quarterback for Csu-Pueblo. You got the nod. You played for Coach Veal. Tell me about your first experience.
Yeah, I mean, this first game was awesome. When you have guys out there at receiver and when they're one-on-ones, it makes your job at quarterback easy. And like the taking up front, they did great all night. start slow in the first half. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot with some penalties, but in the second half we kind of showed who we are. Winning on the one-on-one, had some good runs. The run game wasn't there that much all night, but we still had some good runs. The O-line was battle front. It was just a great team victory for sure.
When you're on the bus driving up here, this is your first start for Csu-Pueblo. How do you did you envision a 500-yard passing night?
I not 500 for sure, but I knew we could make some plays on the outside, like with the one-on-ones with Taylor, Reg, Nigel, everyone making some plays. I knew like we had the capability to have a huge night in our passing game, but 500 is a cool way to start.
Well, go enjoy it with your team, and congratulations on getting your first win. Yep, I appreciate it. Jim, upstairs.
All right, thanks a lot, Joe Cervi, getting our post-game interviews. We had a little bit of cutting out there, but we got to move it a little bit closer, got a little bit better, but I apologize a little bit for that quality there, but first time out with the wireless, and we just have to get a little bit closer to make everything work all right. Come back, we're going to have all the highlights for you. It comes your way next. Thunderbolts post-game show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Dunham Field here on the campus of South Dakota Mines University. Thunderbolts win it 35-6. Aaron Kinnitschtzke has been compiling our highlights all night long, and let's get to them here as we got to scroll down here and do it off the internet. But the Thunderbolts kind of botched a couple opportunities early on in the ball game, but they finally break loose with an incredible catch by Reggie Retzlaff. So first and goal for the Thunderbolts at the 5-yard line. And they pass inside, low. Is it caught? They say touchdown. Thunderwolves scooped up by Retzlaff. We got a flag down though in the backfield here, and it was a roughing the passer penalty against the Hard Rockers. The extra point was good. Thunderwolves led it 7-0. Thunderwolves then with another chance to get one in the end zone, but the Hard Rockers come up with a big play on defense. Risked another short field goal, do you?
Nope. Stevie Kroll's in now with Noah Purcell as fullback.
Russell is the other back. High snap, but it's handled. Looking over the middle, and it's intercepted. In the end zone, they try to run it out of there. It's taken down at the 1-yard line. Bad decision by the linebacker who made the pick. But Kroll woefully underthrew that ball right into coverage, and it's a turnover, and the Hard Rockers take over at their own 1-yard line.
Curtis Luckadoo was wide open behind the linebacker.
He just short-armed it.
He was wide open.
Threw it right into the linebacker's mitts. That was the only bad play on the play by the Hard Rockers. They tried to run it out of the end zone after making the pick in the end zone and got it out to the 1-yard line so that the Thunder was able to get the ball back. And again, it was that man, Retzlaff. Roll the pocket right. Pass to the goal line. Touchdown, Retzlaff.
Bullet from Evan Larson.
That's the old play, Joe. They when the 49ers did it, they called it sprint ride option. And you just have your, as Joe mentioned, you just more or less have your wide receiver post up on the edge, and when you roll the pocket right, you just fire it in there, and it ended up being the touchdown. South Dakota Mines able to get on the board with a field goal late in the first half. This will be a 37-yard attempt from the right hash mark. The quarterback, Martinelli, is the holder, so you could see some chicanery here. Ball's down, kick is on the way, and it is good. So the Hard Rockers get on the board with 1:06 to go here in the first half. It's now Thunderwolves 14, Hard Rockers 3. Move into the second half. Thunderwolves moving into the win, struggling a bit, and the Hard Rockers come up with a big play on defense. Here's Larson in the gun, trips to the left, looks left, pump fake left, now steps up, and he's going to be sacked. He is crunch, ball's out! And it's covered by the Hard Rockers at the 35-yard line.
He was down. He was down. The ball caused the ground caused the fumble.
And they did go to video review on it, and the officials confirmed the call, or they said the call on the field stands. That means they didn't have enough evidence to overrule it, but Phil Veal, not happy in the least, kept pointing up here to the booth where his coaching staff had the same tablets and the same look that the referees were looking at, and they didn't overrule it. Looked like the ground did cause the fumble, but the Thunderwolves don't get it. The Hard Rockers ain't able to cash it in for a field goal to make it 14-6. But then the Thunderwolves restore a little order a little bit later in the third quarter. Russell is the back here. They show blitz. Only rushed 4. Pass over the middle. Caught for the first down and more. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. It's the touchdown maker for the Thunderwolves. Who else would you expect? But it's Reggie Retzlaff.
Reggie Retzlaff.
There's another look at it, Joe. Thread the needle, and then he breaks the tackle, splits the defense, and he's got some wheels.
He had separation speed right there. He ran away from the defense. Once he broke that tackle, he ran away from the defense.
Reggie Retzlaff with the touchdown grab. The extra point was good, made it 21-6, and this time he was spreading the wealth in this ballgame, this time to the running back, Russell. Thunderwolves flare the ball out left side to Russell. Nice cut back inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! What a run after the catch by Howard Russell as he takes the little flare pass out to the left side, breaks a tackle at the point of attack, and then races on into the end zone.
Just a little slice and dice by Howard Russell. He's been dancing the whole game, so now he got to dance into the end zone.
Extra point was good, made it 28-6. Thunderwolves then would get it to the newcomer to get his first touchdown as a Thunderwolf. Thunderwolves trying to get it snapped. Now they slow down, and the ball's botched, picked up. Look out. Larson running for his life. Rolls to his left. Now fires back into the end zone. Caught.
Holy cow.
Touchdown. What a catch.
Taylor Toscas
able to make the catch. Touchdown, Thunderwolves.
We've seen a lot of great receivers in our time during Csu-Pueblo, but this could be something special that we're seeing here tonight.
That was Toscas making the grab in the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point was good. That closed out the scoring, making the final score 35-6. Thunderwolves win it. Thank Aaron Kinnitschtzke for compiling all those highlights there. First time out of the year. And Thunderwolves winning it. Joe, you had an embarrassment of riches down there picking out who to talk to in this ball game. But what a great first ball game for the quarterback, Devin Larson, just to start off his career like that. Oops, let me get you turned on here because we took you off when you went down. There we go. Now go ahead.
It was a dream start. You don't think like that. Reggie looked surprised when I said, you were 9 for 9 in targets and catches at one point. Again, we knew going into the game this was going to be their game plan, and they executed it to a T. But when you have receivers that are that tall and that fast against small corners and a quarterback that can put the ball on the money, that's what you're going to get. And I think it was a great preview of things to come. I think it's going to be a special team. Phil Vigil said it perfectly, though. Permian Basin and Grand Valley are a little different than South Dakota Mines. No offense to Mines, but that's just those are different programs that they're going to have to contend with in the next 2 weeks. So it's going to be interesting to see. Again, it's easy to clean up mistakes when you win 35-6.
And in the final analysis, Joe, as we wrap up our broadcast here, as Aaron has said, we're clear to go ahead and shut her down. But for the Pack, I think one of the big stories of the game was the defense playing great long enough to allow the offense to get their bearings in the second half and then blow the game out.
100%. I think Dominic Phoenix said it perfect. And we talked about it on the broadcast. Csu-Pueblo played a lot of guys.
Yeah.
I mean, every guy but one in uniform played tonight. The only guy that didn't play was a freshman they brought, was Clint Thomas, a junior, who's a redshirt freshman. He's the only guy that they brought on the buses tonight that did not play who dressed. And that just shows you what kind of depth they have and where they have it. And, the big question mark going in was at quarterback, and I think Devin Larson, at least for a night, answered that one.
And then the two big wide receivers, that is incredible. And, kind of lost it. You look at Dvorak, the great tight end. I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches, the targeting. Mitchell
Zach.
coming in back, and Rakowski. I mean, it is awesome.
And Curtis Luckadoo was open on the interception that Stevie Kroll threw. He was wide open.
Well, we'll see how the Thunderwolves, as you mentioned, Joe, it's a lot easier to clean up mistakes and move forward with a win under your belt.
Absolutely. Can't wait to talk to Phil Vigil next week at the coaches show at the Thunder Zone, and then get out for Permian Basin next Saturday for the Red Out.
And as Joe mentioned, that's our next broadcast here for Thunderwolves football. It's the Pack Football Show, we call it now, and that's each and every Wednesday night. We missed this Wednesday, of course, because of the travel day, but we'll be back for the remainder of the season with the exception of the bye week, but we'll worry about that down the line. But each and every Wednesday at Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House, Ryan Howard and the gang there at Thunder Zone, they treat us so well, and we appreciate going there, and we appreciate them helping sponsor and bring you the Pack Football Show. We'll be there at 6 o'clock with Phil V. Hill and a couple of guests, and it's always a good time. We invite you to come on out. You can listen to the show there in the restaurant while noshing on some good stuff. Wings, I like the naked wings. We like everything. I don't think I've had a bad thing.
No, underrated as far as Pueblo goes is their pizza.
Yes.
You talk about the staples of pizza in Pueblo between Dewdrop and Ian's and, Angelo's and all that. We all put the Thunder's Own pizza up there right against any of them.
And it's a great value.
Yeah.
You don't get the little 12-inch pie for $25 there. You get a big one.
I'll put that pizza up against any of them in Pueblo.
Exactly right. All right. And also next week, we'll have our home opener. It'll be 6 o'clock at the Thunder Bowl. Texas Permian Basin, first time the Thunderwolves have ever played them, and it'll be a red-out game, and they're the defending Lone Star Conference champions. They'll be in to take on the Thunderwolves, 6 o'clock. We'll have the pregame show for you at 5:30. We invite you to get on out to the Thunder Bowl, 2:30, 3 o'clock, and enjoy all the atmosphere, all the tailgating, and then that's where Joe and I be. We set up early so we can go down and mingle with the people and have some good stuff. We've already talked to Mike Pacetta, right? So
we're set for next week.
We're going next week to see what he's got, and we're looking forward to it. Joe, nice to be back again. Enjoy it as always. Glad to be back for another year. Aaron Kinnitschtzke, our producer and engineer tonight here of Thunderwolves football. We also thank Ben Greenberg. Boy, bless his heart, coming in here, giving us all the stats, and we just got to clean up his writing skills.
I told him
we need
clarity, not speed.
But he did a great job feeding us those numbers with those records tonight for the Thunderwolves. Also, of course, Armando Valdez, the president for Csu-Pueblo. I'll try to get that interview up if you missed that tomorrow at some point when I get back home and do that. And, of course, Paul Plinsky also joined us at that time. We thank him for doing that. John Riston, of course, coordinating all the new sponsorships. You heard them throughout the broadcast here tonight, and it's nice to have a lot of people on board sponsoring Thunderwolves football. My name is Jim Brooks, reminding you of the final score here tonight from Rapid City, South Dakota. Thunderwolves win it 35-6. Until we talk to you Wednesday night from the Thunder Bowl, and again from the Thunder Zone, and again next week from the Thunder Bowl on Saturday for the football game. For Joe Cervi, for Aaron Kinnitschtzke, I'm Jim Brooks. Good night, everybody.